Hi everyone, I'm Brian with Playing for Second, and I am back with another solo session of Hexplore It. This time I'm going to play a Volume 3. In my previous videos I did Volume 1 True Solo and Volume 2 Double-Handed. Today I'm going to try Sands of Shurax True Solo. Now this is, I think, the most complicated of the Hexplorers that have come out so far. But for me it's also the most fun. I think this one's my favorite. They're all great, but this one I think is my favorite. So True Solo is probably a bad idea. In fact, I tried recording this yesterday and I died. So we're going to see if I do any better today. And if I die, well, this video might be shorter than it should be. So let's go ahead and jump to the table. I'll show you what we have going on here and we'll get started. Okay. So not only am I doing True Solo, I am using my Valor points. So Valor points are basically achievement points that you have in the game. Every volume has some that you can earn. The campaign books have some that you can earn, and I have, I believe, 40. There's an app that helps you track it, but the app doesn't have all the ways, all the points in there. So in the app I have 34, but I know I've gotten more from the campaigns, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten more from Volume 4 that are in there. So I went with 40. It might even be higher than that, but we just said 40. So what that means is I started with 20 gold to spend on gear upgrades, which I've spent down here. In just the base game, you get 10 gold. I also spent that 10 gold on gear upgrades, so I do have some updated stats here. And also, if you are doing with the Valor points, you can choose a mutation. I am not going to choose a mutation because there are a lot of power-ups that are more powerful if you don't have a mutation. Some of the mutations are pretty good and can also make you more powerful. But for the time being, I'd rather just stay mutationless. The other thing you get to do, and I have not done this yet, is you get a random treasure. So last time I got the magic carpet, which was awesome because it really helps you move. And last time I also died because both of these cards came up. I actually had 3 afflictions and, oh, no, not that one. I had 3 afflictions and then another bad event came up. So just looking for a treasure here. Here we go. Oh, sweet, it's the genie lamp. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these back in. Before I do, though, I am familiar with the genie lamp. So the genie lamp gets you 3 wishes. There's a list of things that you can do. One of the things that you can do is go get a treasure. And I'm going to, oh, it's on the bottom. I'm going to get the magic carpet because this is insanely helpful when playing this version of the game. It gives you more movement. It defends 4 every time you're in combat. And on top of that, it lets you teleport to the 4 regions on the outside of the map. So let me shuffle these back up. So I have used one of my 3 wishes with the genie lamp. If you use all 3, you have to fight the genie who is in the encounter deck. I usually use it to get the magic carpet if I don't already have it. And then you can also get 300 gold total, which obviously in a true solo game is an awful lot for one hero. But you can also use it to heal. You can use it to teleport. You can use it to change your reputation, which is a thing that you have going on in this game. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can use it for. For the time being, though, just going to use it to get that magic carpet and hope that I remember that I have it. I always remember I have it for the purposes of the movement benefit it gives you, but not the defend 4. I am also the Young Silver Dragon. So the Young Silver Dragon gets to choose their favorite opponent. I chose creature, and because the big bad is a creature. Not even sure we're going to fight the big bad. I'll get to that here in a second. But you also get a familiar because this race is actually from the 4th volume where they introduce familiars. So I chose the Living Blade because the Living Blade can attack on its own. And again, in True Solo, especially considering I am playing a healer, I think I'm going to need the help with the attack. So that's why we went there. And the other cool part about the Silver Dragon, whenever my familiar gains a level, I gain that same level. And the rules of familiars are whenever you gain a stat in whatever your familiar is, you can give it to your familiar. So essentially, whenever I gain attack through any means, I will give it to my familiar and I will also get it myself, which is hopefully more helpful than it was last time, because last time, yeah, I mean, 3 afflictions in a row off of this was really bad. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, so also at the start here in True Solo, you start with an oasis on the opposite side of you. So I think it's off camera, but we are starting right here at the top. This tile is the first tile we're going to go on to. So it's different than the other volumes. The 4 quadrants that normally start in the middle, you'll notice are on the outside. and they are not connected to one another, and they are not connected to this middle section. It's basically 4 cities in the desert, effectively. Each one you're going to be gaining reputation or losing reputation with the entire game, and each one has its own stack of quests. So in true solo, we start with this oasis over here, and then we do have a bounty out here for bosses 4 and 5. And you can place them wherever you want. Well, I decided to place them over here because our big bad, which is just a big dune-like worm, the Ravager of Shurax, he's going to come up here and start up here. And when he comes up and kind of dives down, he's going to be destroying hexes on the board. So to do this bounty, I really want those available. So I put them as far away from me as possible because I'm not going to be able to try to go after those guys anytime soon. And I don't want the Ravager to go and destroy those. So that's why I put those down here. Also in true solo, if I die, I can technically come back. I didn't bother with that yesterday because I was honestly a little surprised that I died, if I'm being honest with you. And let's see. Oh, just to show you too, the Ravager. The Ravager is pretty cool. It's the first one that is 2 panels for the boss. It's a titanic creature, so obviously it's huge. There are 4 ways to win this game. You can defeat this left side, which are all different healths, so 200, 150, and 150. That is one way to win. You can defeat the right side, which is doing energy damage of 200, 100, and then doing an outlast, which is kind of a new mechanic. I think it's a new mechanic in this volume. So those are 2 ways. You can also destroy 3 of the 4 cities. I think it's not this one, but you can get these little beacons and plant them in 3 cities. And when those 3 cities are destroyed, you win because that's what the 4th city wanted you to do. And the 5th and final way is to get 100 platinum. We start with 2 because of the Valor, or is it because of true solo? I think that's because of the Valor. We start with 2. I think it's 2 per hero, so obviously 2. And you can get 100 of that platinum, and that is the 4th way to win. So I never really, well, sometimes I decide which one I'm going to go with before the game even starts, but currently I'm leaning towards platinum because part of the Valor points is we do have to beat the game on epic. So that means we have to go all the way over here. We're starting on easy. Oops, I have 2 dots on here. We're going to just start on easy, especially after yesterday's loss. But we have to beat the game on epic. Well, getting 100 platinum isn't really any harder on epic. Everything else is, but getting 100 platinum isn't. So that might be the one I'm going for here to try to get this complete true solo. Okay, let's get moving here. The other thing, true solo, just like the previous versions, whenever you're doing a skill test that is not part of the skill phase, you can roll twice and take both results, so that you don't have to just continuously camp because our skills are so low to start with here. Okay, we have our genie. So our movement, I'm actually going to mark our movement up here. Our movement is increased by 3 with the genie. So we actually have 7 and 4 movement. Because we are in the desert, this section in here, our movement is decreased by 1. And even if we pass our survival roll, nailed it first try, we have to eat 1 food. So my food rating is 4, but even if I pass survival in the other volumes, you don't eat because you find food. But in this one, it's very hot out there and you're trying to fight off heat exhaustion, so you still have to eat 1 food. So with that movement, we do also want to reel a bunch of hot tiles because that determines when the Ravager will advance to Act 2 and Act 3. In the first act, he's just basically popping up and down, kind of taking his time a little bit. In the second act, he goes quicker. In the third act, he just comes and fights you. So, and those acts are just determined by how many hot tiles are basically out here. So my goal at the start of the game is always to just try to reveal all of them while simultaneously doing some quests. So let's get after that here. We have 6 movements, so I'm going to go. Do we have any? This is a Highland space. These are spaces in this game where you can do the quest. Each of the quests has a specific kind of space it needs to be done on. So there's 3 kinds: Silt Sea, Desert, and Highland. And this is considered a Highland space. The bounties, yeah, there's no specific spot really for the bounties. You just go and you kill those 2 monsters. And it doesn't have to be both of them. We can kill boss 4 and then go turn the bounty in if we want to, but you get multiple rewards if you turn in both. All right, so let's go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to end on the Highland, but we're going to go all the way around here so that we can reveal some hot tiles. There. Now these are Silt Sea spaces. Silt Sea spaces, when you move into them, if you can, you have to pay an extra movement point. So they don't necessarily, excuse me, they don't necessarily cost 2 movement points, because if you only have 1 remaining, you can still move into that space, because then you just can't pay the second one. But if you're moving through them and you have 6 movement like we do, then we can really only move 3 spaces if they're all Silt Sea. Okay. We have an oasis here, which an oasis is where you can go to fill up your food, refill your energy. I think it also gets rid of any afflictions or conditions that you have. It doesn't refill your health, which I always thought was weird, but we're playing a character that we can heal ourselves, so we don't really have to worry about that. We can heal ourselves to full and then go in there and refill our energy, which is effectively the same thing. Also, the way this board is set up, I'm using the extender. So normally I think I would be able to put a hot tile there. In fact, I'm going to, because otherwise that's just a weird spot. So let's kind of tuck this one there. Because we went all the way around, and just like in the base game, when you get to an edge like that, you can reveal a new space. Okay, so we ended on a highland space. We think we have to roll our skills to see if we actually ended on a highland space. We did not. We have to eat, and we didn't find gold. This is a good start. So we have to eat 4, because my food rating is 4. Didn't find gold, and we will wander 1 space. We wander 5, which is this way. Ooh. And now we will have a circumstance. So we are doing the encounter deck. This might have been the first game that introduced a separate encounter deck from the circumstance deck. So on a 1 or a 2, we will have a fight. On a 3 or a 4, we will get these 2 things, both of which are unavoidable. So that's fantastic. On a 5 or a hex, we will just draw the top one of those. Okay. Let's see what we get. 2. Oh boy. This is probably not great. So this is a swarm. Swarm and horde pretty much act the same way. That's a new mechanic for this game. You don't really fight these things. They don't have hit points. They don't have energy. You're basically just trying to survive the swarm or the horde. So in this case, we have some fire ants. Their outlast is 5+1 per hero. So we have an outlast of 6. And you can roll any of your abilities that you want to, but really the 3 you want to roll are these 3 up top here, because you'll notice they're all the skills. In this particular case, it's all the skills. So if I were to roll against any of my skills and be successful, it takes 1 off the outlast. If I crit, it takes 2 off the outlast. Also though, if I were to roll, say, explore, you'll notice these top 2 abilities are explore. So if I roll and successfully make an explore roll, and he rolls, or they roll to do either of those abilities, I'm immune to it, because I successfully explored. I kind of dodged it, kind of thing. Okay, also it loses 1 on the outlast at the end of the round, and it is a creature, so it's actually going to lose 1 outlast because it's my favorite opponent. That's how favorite opponent works against swarms and hordes. I am going to test my, survival's the smart play, but I'm going to go explore, since explore will potentially dodge those 2. So we're looking for a 5 or less. We get a hex, which is fantastic. A hex is a crit, so that is going to lower it by 2. And it is also going to get lowered by 1 at the end of the round. So we're taking 4 of the 6 off of it right away. And actually, it should have 8. Sorry, on easy mode, it's +2 to outlast. So we're taking half of it down in the first round. If it rolls a 1 through 4, we also do not have to worry about its attack. Let's see here. Of course, it rolled a 5. Should have tested my other stuff. So those who fail, which we did because we did not test survival, and that's the little survival symbol, we take 3 energy drain, which is actually 4 energy drain. So we'll be down to 7 energy. Targets who suffer damage receive a +1 penalty to skill rolls next round. Okay, so it is down to 4 outlast. And again, it's going to lose 1 because of my favorite opponent. It's going to lose 1 at the end of the round. So if we can crit again here, we will take this thing out after it does its attack. I should probably do survival because that's my highest one. So we're going to try survival. I got a 5, +1 is 6, but 6 is my survival. So it is going to lose 1 on that. So it'll have 1 Outlast remaining, which means we will do 1 more round. So let's see what it's going to do. Hopefully a 5 or a Hex. Nope, 2 this time. All right, that means those who fail suffer 4 piercing energy damage and become debilitated 3. Okay, so 4 piercing energy is actually 5 piercing energy. So I'm down to 2 energy already. And then we get debilitated, which I don't remember what that means. So hopefully it's on the back of this handy mat. Sure is. Must roll a 4-sided die. The rolled ability may not be used. Oh, okay, this isn't too bad. So basically we're rolling a 4-sided die, which is a new die type in this version of the game. I forget what they call them. There's scarab die maybe, because you can use them for gambling basically. So let's roll this and see what we cannot do. We cannot defend next round, which is unfortunate because that's honestly probably what I was going to do. I also, again, I forgot about the carpet. So this 3 energy drain, which was 4 energy drain, I actually would have blocked, but the 5 piercing is piercing, so it goes through. So I actually should have 4 more because the carpet would have defended for us. The carpet is not a target. It just helps us defend and move around, which is cool. Okay, so it is down to 1 Outlast. So we don't really have to do anything this round. I was going to defend, but we can't because we are debilitated. Oh, I'm sorry. Debilitated 3, I think, means we can't do... Let me read that again real quick. Debilitated. Heroes who become debilitated must roll on a 4-sided die. The rolled ability may not be used. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. If there is a number specified in this condition, you do not roll the die. Instead, lose access to that. Okay. So we actually lost access to our 3, which is our empowered. That's our main heal, but we have another heal as well. With this specific character in True Solo, I will not be using my first mastery because it targets an ally, but the second mastery is pretty nice and it heals both health and energy. That's why I chose the Divine one to try to True Solo. Okay, so it has 1 Outlast left. Because of my favorite opponent, it's going to lose 1. At the end of the round, it's going to lose 1. So we are just going to go ahead and we are going to test Explore again. 10, we failed. So let's see what it does. We are defending 4. That is a Hex. So those who fail suffer 4 energy drain. Because of our magic carpet, we are going to block that. So yeah, we have defeated our first swarm here of the game, which is good. Our rewards are still at the top like normal. So we get 3 gold and we get 1 food. Very cool. Now, the other thing we want to do is one of the cities will reward you. It's called knowledge here. They're seeking knowledge. So they want, basically, they want you to come there and share your experiences with them. So one of the things we want to make sure we're keeping track of is every time we fight a boss, take a caravan journey, discover a treasury, discover a treasure or a discovery, do an encounter, do a mission, or get a nature or mutation card, we need to mark it here. So I am going to go ahead and mark, well, first of all, we do have 2 treasures, so we do want to mark that. And you're just going to mark 2 on all of these things. And if we ever fill in 2 experiences of 1 type, so technically we could go to Ferrora right now, which is city number 1, which is up here. So we could use our magic carpet to come over here, and we could go and we could turn in that knowledge and we could get a power-up card. I very rarely do it unless I'm going to be able to turn in 3 or all 4 of those, because you can only turn in 1 per turn, but I like just going to Ferrora and then getting 10 power-ups in 4 turns. I think that's pretty fun. We also have done 1 encounter. We haven't done any missions or any of this other stuff yet, so I'm just going to need to remember to fill that in as well, especially while it's happening, because it can get kind of hard to determine what exactly you've done, an hour after you've done it. All right, we did it. Fire ants are destroyed. A dust eel will come out. Okay, so now we're going to roll the d4. It is a 3. On a Hex, the Ravager would have come out. He did not come out. So on the next turn, on a Hex or a 1, the Ravager will come out. So we are just going to cautiously move here so that we can complete a quest, or at least attempt to complete a quest before we move on. So we do not need to roll or navigate because it was cautious movement. So we just roll these 2. All right, those are both passes. So I find 2 gold. Yay. I don't have to eat, the 4, but we're in the desert, so I do have to eat 1. Cool. All right, and we are going to attempt this one, because this is the only one that we can attempt on a highland space. Let's see what we got here. Giant cacti and madder root are valuable for many reasons. The Alcan Mercantile Company has enlisted your help in guiding a merchant and his group into a plentiful harvesting location. If successful, you save the company from a tragic loss of life. If we critically succeed, heroes who critically succeed gain 1 gear upgrade of their choice. Now, in this game, as I mentioned earlier, you have a reputation. That's a little square here. You're constantly moving around that depending on what missions you do. In this one, it's going to move us to the right because that's just the affiliation of City 2. City 2, of course, being Drea. I'm not going to remember that. Oh, it's on the card. We're fine. Or what you could do is that there's a lot of them have this optional reputation. So if for whatever reason you're not trying to move to the right of this reputation board, you can actually do the opposite of what they want you to do, and it goes the other way because you help out its opposing city, basically. I just really try to keep this towards the middle because if I want to visit a particular city for something, I want to be able to get in there without a penalty. So I try to keep it right towards the middle. So moving to the right one isn't a big deal. We need a success on a navigate and a survival. And we need 1 of each. But again, because it's true solo, we will roll 4 dice. And we are looking for, well, the navigate's failed. It's 8. All right, so we have a survival. We did not pass our navigate checks, though. So we did fail this, which, again, there's no penalty for failing it or anything like that. It just means next turn we'll probably camp here and we'll try to get that navigate again. So we're just going to set that back up there. Okay. And at the end of this round, a 1 or a hex means the Ravager comes out. That is a 1. So the Ravager is going to come out. That's not good. That means we're not going to be able to complete that quest. Because the Ravager comes out on the space that we're on currently, just the first tile in the game. Had we moved to one of these, he still would have come out on this first tile. And then he's going to go, he takes up 3 hexes, and you roll the d4. He's going to go on hex 2, which is right here. Now in Act 1 and Act 2 of the game, if you're on that spot, you can move. In Act 3, you don't move. The fight starts with the Ravager. So we are going to move, and we can pick where we want to go. There's 4 spots that we could go here. Well, I mean, I think we have to go towards the Silt Sea. That's an explore. We can do an explore here because, yeah, we're really trying to get some quests done so that we can get our stats up, especially in True Solo. So we're just going to go right here. Okay. And then, yeah, it is our turn again. Now, this one we will have to try again later if we get another Highland space out there. We're going to move. Our cautious movement can be 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Actually, that would cost us a 4th, so this is not cautious movement because of the Silt Sea, but we do get to reveal, uh-oh, we got boss 1. We are most certainly not ready to fight boss 1, so I don't want to put it next to me because there will be a chance that we will fight it if we fail our navigate check. So we will put it like that. Okay, so let's see. Did we make it to where we wanted to go? Hey, we hex navigate, so we're good there. We passed our explore, and we failed our survival. We're going to starve. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will go up to 7. We are there, though, which means we can do this, or at least attempt this. So this is an explore check. And let's see. A contingent of Emperor Noko's men have disappeared in the Silt Sea. The Terrians have asked you to locate them. So this is the Terry deck. It makes sense that they're asking us to locate something. If you succeed, you find they've been surrounded by a horde of silt eels. Hey, look at that. Oh, it's a dust eel. The creatures have already killed several Terrians. If we critically succeed, we get an attack rank. Again, optionally, we'd actually be able to go the other way. But if we move down, which is what this will do, it'll actually put us right in the middle of the reputation. So we're going to attempt an explore check. We just need 1 success. Our explore is 5, so we need 5 or lower on one of these. Okay, 8 and 9 are most certainly not lower than 5. So that is a fail, which is, you know, good times. This is a good start, just like last time. All right, so how a Ravager works now, because it is the Ravager's turn. We don't have a circumstance because we're on the mission tile here. So how the Ravager works. In Act 1, he comes up, he hangs out for a round, and then he goes back down. and then you rinse and repeat those 3 things. So how I signify that this is his waiting turn is I put a remnant tile underneath where he is. Because when he disappears, he leaves a remnant tile. And those remnant tiles you can use to get Ravager crystals, which is another form of currency in the game. You can actually also get power-ups if you go and you harvest those Ravager crystals. The problem is there also is a chance that you will get mutations if you do that, which, again, mutations typically aren't bad. The downfall of mutations is you lose energy permanently. So it lowers your energy, your current and your maximum energy. Every mutation that you get does that. So if you have a lot of energy, then yeah, some of these mutations are kind of fun. Like you can get an extra arm so that you attack more. You can get, I think one of them is like a venom thing so that you poison people. You can get a heal, one does some healing. One's wings, I think you can move. I mean, there's a decent amount of them in there. And if you get multiple copies, they just get more and more powerful. So pretty interesting. Okay, we are just going to camp. So we're going to get a -1 on our skill rolls. We do not need to roll navigate because, well, we're not going anywhere. We hexed our survival and we biffed explore, which is not a good sign because we needed to roll explore here for our next thing. But with the hex on survival, I don't remember what that means here in this version. Let's take a look. All right, heal 1 energy, gain 1 food, negate all affliction of the group, or heal 1 energy. Well, 1 food is fine, but I'm going to heal 1 energy. And we're going to go to 7. Still have to eat 1 before we are in the desert. Okay. All right, let's attempt this again. Now, we do have a -1 to our roll because we camped. So we again need now a 6 or less on one of these 2. Okay, well, this one is cocked between a 6 and a 4. So I'm going to take one of those, and either one is a success. So we have done it. All right, when that happens, you're going to move your reputation down 1. So I just have a little dot over here. I'm just going to erase the dot and move it down 1, which will be in the center. As part of setup, you get to choose one of the, if you want, or you can random it if you want to. But you choose a reputation to move in one direction. And I always go towards Ferrora because I like that knowledge stuff. All right, you're also going to get, this little symbol means you're going to get 2 gold if you are in favor with these guys. We are neutral with everybody, so we are not going to get 2 gold. But we do get 2 power-ups, and then this will go away. I'll set it to the side. We did complete a mission, so I'm just going to mark that on our Ferrora map thing. And then we reveal a new Terry card, which is another Highland space, and it's a survival check. So that's not terrible, other than there are no Highland spaces out. Let's get our 2 power-ups. 1, ooh, survival 3. That's fun. Ooh, okay, and here's what I was talking about. Good example here. So this power-up has the purity tag. What the purity tag means is if you don't have mutations, you add 1 to whatever this number is. So this will actually get us 2 to both of our masteries as long as we don't have a mutation. That's usually why I try to stay away from mutations. There's a decent amount of purity tags in there. So 3 to our survival, that takes us to 9. So we should not, we only fail now on a natural 10, which is good. And then 2 to both masteries, so 5 and 6. Which again, the first mastery we're not using. So whenever we see first mastery, it's not that exciting, but power-ups are fun, and we're ready to move on now. Okay, that was us. So the Ravager is going to go. And again, the Ravager, he's come up. I've put the tile there so that I know now he is just going to disappear. So he disappears, and we will put a little power-up thing on there so that we know if we want to, we can go there, we can harvest some crystals, and we would get a power-up, but also potentially a mutation for doing that. Okay, where do we want to go now? We are most definitely not ready for a boss fight. We don't have any, the only mission areas are Silt Sea. None of our missions are Silt Sea. So I think we just want to try to explore and find some other missions. So we will go here for 1-2 because it is Silt Sea. No missions on this space. There is the camels, by the way, are caravansaries. So you can take a caravan to any other caravanserai. That's normally how you would go to the cities, but we have our magic carpet, so that's not how we are going to go to the city when we choose to go to the city. All right, so that was 2 movement. We'll go here for 3. Another caravansary and no place to do missions. All right, and then we will go 4, 5, and I'm going to go 6, so that if I fail, I don't end up in a boss fight if we wander in that direction. All right, that's boss fight 2. Hey, it's a highland space. So now we'll do it like this. So we could potentially fail into a location. If we fail to navigate, we could potentially fail into a location where we actually can do something. So, all right, let's see here. That is all of our movement. Oh, and I see I can reveal another tile. I will do that after I roll. Oh boy, 10, 10, and 6. So we most definitely failed our navigate. Did pass our survival. It was the one thing we didn't roll a 10 on. Let's go ahead and get another. All right, and this is a desert space. So I'm also going to put this here like this. Excuse me. So that, because we failed our navigate, we now have to roll, and we're going to wander 1. So if I roll a hex or a 5, we actually go into a spot that we want to. It was a 2, of course. Why would I have thought? So that goes here. We will get another. Okay. We're going to put that there. Okay. And we do have to do a circumstance now. So let's see here. See where we go. 1, we are fighting outcasts. Now they have a bribe amount here. So I can actually just spend 1 gold if I want to and not fight these guys, but I want to fight these guys. So we're going to fight them. Now we are an easy, which means they get oh, I also forgot here on the bottom of the game difficulty, we get 1 Ravager Crystal after every battle with an encounter. So we should have 1 because of the fire ants. And here with the outcast, they have 5 health and they have 5 energy. So shouldn't be very difficult. However, they do get a mutation. So we could get mutations, they can get mutations. And how that works is here is the opponent mutation placard. So you're just going to roll a d6. We rolled a 1, which means we now roll a d10. We rolled an 8, so we go down here. Lightning fast. So they get +4 to their vitals. The opponent uses their basic attack action before combat starts. So we are going to go ahead and give them their 4 vitals, which gives them 9 health and energy. And then they are going to do their basic attack, which is just their 1 ability, before combat even starts. So dual target, there's only 1 target, 2 health, roll a core die. On a result of 3 or less, each target is poisoned. So let's do that. 7, so we are not poisoned. They are going to swing at us for 3. Our magic carpet will defend 4. This magic carpet is going to be the MVP. All right. We now have a normal round of combat where they will get to go again. Let's do our Divine Wrath. So Divine Wrath is kind of our bread and butter here with this character. It does damage equal to the Divine Wrath and the Divine Channel. So it's going to do 8 damage. But also, if this thing takes damage, which I sure hope it does, but if this thing takes damage, we heal for half Avatar Aura, so our defense. We heal for half health and energy damage. So this is going to be a good way for us to keep our health and energy up, especially if we increase really just these 2 numbers. We need to increase quite a bit, and then we should be okay with the true solo. Okay, so let's see what the outcasts are going to do here. They have a 5. Triple target, again, joke's on you, there's only 1 of us. Each target suffers 3 health damage for each mutation the outcasts have. Okay, so they can gain mutations. Currently they have 1 mutation, so they're going to deal 3 damage to us, but we're adding 1 because of the easy mode that we are on. So they're doing 4 damage to us. Our magic carpet will block all 4. We did do damage to them, so we get 2 health and we get 2 energy, which actually I did not pay for that ability, so our energy is just going to stay the same. Okay, so they are down to 1 health. We could probably just swing at them and not have to worry about paying the energy, but effectively, the way we have it right now, our Divine Wrath pays for itself. So we will Divine Wrath, and let's see what they do. 5, same thing. Literally the exact same thing. So again, they're going to try to hit us for 4 health damage. The carpet's going to block it. We will heal the 2 energy that I did not spend because I figured I was going to do that. Yeah, that is a defeated outcast. So another enemy has been defeated, so we will get a second Ravager crystal, which is fun. We will go over here and we are going to mark encounters. We have now done 2 encounters. And this guy gets us 2 food and a gold. So we rob them and then eat the gold, or eat the food that they had. I think I gave myself 1 and 1. I think. I'm just going to give myself another food. I think I had those backwards. Cool. Outcasts are out. Let's see what our next one's going to be. Oh boy, our next one's a level 3, Desert Harpies. So hopefully we don't run into them. I'm seeing the word piercing, which are with our whole carpet defend plan. Piercing is not great. Okay. The Ravager is now going to come back. At the end of that turn, the Ravager will come back. Now, to determine how the Ravager where the Ravager comes back, he was here. He's going to go somewhere adjacent. So you just roll the d6. You match it up to the normal chart thing. I rolled a 1, which is this direction. Oh boy, there's no straight up. So I think it's going to be this one. And then you roll the d4 to see where he comes out on those 4 locations. 1. So he comes out and he covers that. I mean, he's doing a great job of covering the areas that we potentially want to go to. Okay, so that was him. He's come up. So on the next round, he's just going to hang out, which is where we're going to put a remnant crystal down. He will advance to Act 2 when there are more than half the number of remnant crystals, which are these guys, than there are hot tiles. So that's why I want to get all the hot tiles out, because it'll give us the longest amount of time in Act 1, where he takes this break, basically. In Act 2, he doesn't take a break. He just goes up, down, and yeah, not great times. Okay. We're going to move cautiously to this highland area, and I think we're going to attempt that duel thing again. Oh, we also could do the survival. We have options, but we're going to do that. We did move cautiously, so we don't need to worry about navigate. 2 9s, which fortunately for my survival, that's fine. So we eat 1 food, but we don't find any money, which money isn't a huge deal. We do still have our genie lamp, which can get us 300 gold, which is an awful lot. Okay, my navigate is not great, so I am actually going to do this survival here, another Terry quest. A group of soldiers are pinned on a remote cliff quite far from help. The Terrians are sending a unit to assist them, but believe a smaller group may be better equipped for the journey. See if you can get them safely. Yeah, we're definitely a smaller group. We're me. So if we critically succeed, we get a thing, but let's see how we do here. So again, because this is a skill outside of the skill phase, we can roll 2 dice in true solo, take both effects. We're looking for not a 10. 2 3s. Okay, I guess those could have been 2 10s, which would have been terrible. So we are successful. So we are going to move down towards Terry on our reputation, which does mean we are now, they like us now, a little bit. That does mean we get the 2 gold, though. Yay. And we get the 2 gold from that symbol because we're cool with them. And then we get 2 power-ups. So I will discard this and grab us 2 power-ups. Oh, I also should have, I forgot about this part. The mutation back here, when we gave him lightning fast, this mutation actually would have given us 5 more gold as a reward for fighting that mutated outcast. So we should have 5 more gold. And also, we now need to mark this, because you can only use these once. So we did this one, and I don't remember where the first one was. The first one was Silt Sea. I think it was one of these. I think. So we're just going to mark 1. It doesn't super matter. I'm probably not going to be going that way because he potentially will be going that way. Okay. 2, yeah, these things. Oh boy. All right, so +1 navigate, +1 explore. Cool, I guess. And then +2 to both masteries, which again, the second mastery, cool beans. The first one, meh. So 7, 8, and then 5, 6. Cool. Cool. All right, and we need a new, what we got? Oh, this is an aid quest. I'm going to read this one now because sometimes to complete an aid quest, you have to have something and give it to them. A wounded, blind Feroran scholar named Thelen of Brune is waiting on a caravan in this location. It is said he has found something of interest in the desert. Go there and recover him. Betray him by delivering... Wait, what? Betray him by delivering the man to Terry officials. Oh, okay. He heals one target's health, your choice, using his first mastery rank each round of combat. So while we have this guy, and if we go to a desert space, we basically can claim him. And while we have him, he's going to heal for 8 every round, which is pretty cool. He only has a health of 4, so odds are I'll have him heal himself, most likely, every turn. But he would heal. And then if we take him... I think it said to Terry. Deliver the man to Terry officials. So if we take him to Terry, we then complete this. We also can complete quests at caravanseries. So we would be able to grab him, and then we could take that to a caravansery to turn it in. I believe that still works that way for aid quests. So, all right, but that was us. So we're going to put this out here. Now the downfall is he could go to boss 1 next. And then we wouldn't be able to fight boss 1. I don't think we're ready to fight boss 1 though. So we're not going to jump in there and fight boss 1 yet. We might go pick up this quest because there is a desert right next to us. Oh, actually, here we go. This is also in a desert space. What would this one do? Oh, this gets us the ancient bridge. Okay, we're going to try this one. So again, we're just going to move cautiously right next door. So because we do that, we do not roll navigate. Great, we rolled a 10 on our survival, which means we have to eat all of the food we have left. So our next move, we might need to try to get to an oasis, which none of them are close, to find some food. Okay, and we are now going to attempt this excavation in a Ferora quest. It is navigate, which, yeah. The ancient bridge of Bastupin once towered over the widest river in all of Shurax. It has been centuries since water flowed freely over the land, and none know exactly where it may lie. Ancient texts hint that the structure remains hidden under the great dunes somewhere to the west. If you have already found the ancient bridge, we have not, you may complete this mission immediately. If not, locate the ancient bridge discovery and play it when you complete this mission. Okay, we need 2 navigates to complete this mission. And then we can excavate, roll explore each turn. If at least half the group succeeds, you find ancient treasure worth 4 platinum. So that's cool. Okay, so we are going to attempt 2 navigate rolls, which if they're both successful, meaning both 5 or less, we'll complete this, I guess. 5 and 2. Hey, how about that? Okay, and then we also need to roll explore for the excavate on the bottom. And for this, we're looking for 6 or less, a 3. So one of them was a success, which means we will get, how much was it? 4 platinum. We are 6% towards winning this game, you know, in that one way. We are then going to get the ancient bridge discovery, which should be in here. There's the Well of Sorrow, Sorin City, ancient bridge. Let me shuffle these up here. Play it when you complete the mission, which we have completed the mission. So, ancient bridge. The ancient bridge of Bastupin, don't know, was once the only way to cross the great Akam River. The highway was used by the kings of old, and a dwarven city is rumored to lie somewhere at its base. Now covered by the dunes, Kismet has blessed you with fortune. You've located it. Place the ancient bridge location token on this hex. Okay, I've got those off to the side here. So that's going to go here. Okay. Whenever you camp in this location, each hero rolls all skill dice during the event phase. If any hero gains at least 1 critical success, I can talk, I promise, the group gains 4 platinum. Cool. So that's another way we can get platinum for our gold. Basically, it sounds like you're just spelunking and finding cool treasures that have been buried underneath the sand, which is neat. We do currently, a critical success is only a hex, but if we can get our skills into the double figures, that could mean critical successes will go higher. And we might come back to this spot to get the platinum we need to win the game, potentially. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. I'll just set that off to the side here and then most likely forget about it. Okay, that does mean, though, let's update our chart here. We did do another mission. We haven't gotten the rewards yet. We'll get there here in a second. So we have done another mission. That also is a discovery. So we now have 3 discovery / treasures. Missions, no nature, no mutations. Cool. That's upgraded. And then let's go ahead and see about these rewards here. First of all, we will go up 1, which will take us right smack dab into the middle of the reputation board, which means they don't hate us, but they don't like us, so we don't get that gold. And then we get 2 power-ups. I'm just going to set this. That's the only downfall of this game is you're going to have, I don't know, 300 discard piles. We have another one which has to be done on a highland. This looks like it's going to find us another location, and those are survival rolls. Let's get these. Oh, okay, another new kind here. First and foremost, we have a defend 3, which is cool. That's going to increase our, defense, yeah, but it's also going to increase our healing. And then this other one is another new type of power-up in this game, and that is a stash power-up. How that works is you stash this, you just set it to the side, and as you gain more and more and more stash cards, every time you gain a stash card, you can choose to roll for your stash. When you do that, you will roll 1 die per stashed power-up that you've been keeping with the stash keyword, and you'll roll 1d4 for every one of those you have. And if any of them hex, you increase this number by 1. So we want to, just for now, hang on to that. So I'm just going to tuck it under the old player board here. Okay, let's see, what am I missing? Rulebook. I just want to double check one thing real quick. With the rulebook, I want to make sure that these aid missions, what border usually requires you to bring to or from location. Okay. Yeah, I think we will have to actually, that aid quest, we will have to actually take him to the city for this one. So we're not going to, we'll get him when we start traveling through the cities to buy stuff. Otherwise, we'd have him the whole time, which is fine, I guess, but we'd also have to keep him alive, which can be easier said than done with a lot of these quests where you have to guard somebody. Okay. Cool. All right, end of the round. Ravager's turn. He is going to disappear. And he will be coming up again next round. Okay, our turn. I am still out of food here. So I think we need to try to find an oasis so that I can get food in case I need it. Which, I will need it because I have 0 and I need to eat 1 at the end of this round. So let's start by going 1. That is not an oasis. We will put this like, nope, I guess we'll put it like that. And then we'll go 2, 3, and these are going to have to connect somehow. That is not an oasis. Oh boy. We're just going to have to kind of bend it around like that. 4, 5. We need an oasis here. Hey! Mess my map up real good. And then we're going to have to move recklessly. 6, 7. When we move recklessly, we lose 2 energy drain. So we lose 2 energy, but that's okay. Hopefully we actually end up here and we'll just get that energy back. So let's roll our skills. We did reveal an awful lot of stuff. I really wasn't even paying attention to what we revealed here. Boss 3, boss 7. another desert spot. Okay, which is not terrible. All right, we hexed our navigate. Woo! We failed. Explore. We do need to eat, but again, we're in an oasis, so food is plentiful in an oasis. So even though we have 0, I'm not sure the order of operations, but thematically to me, if you're in an oasis and you found yourself there, you should be good. So in an oasis, you fill your energy. Cool. You fill your food to the max that you can carry, which for a food rating 4 race is all the way to 20. So in theory, we should be good for a while. We also hex green, which means they save the group from wandering, or we can wander 1 additional hex. We don't want to do that. It'll look in a way of our choice. So that's really it. What else you can do in an oasis? You can negate all conditions and afflictions. We don't have any. So, but you don't roll for a circumstance. So he's going to come back out. Let's find out where. He, she, they, it is going to be coming back out 3 that way, which he can't really go there. So we're just going to say it's there. And we will roll a 1, which is a hex. So he goes right here. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. We need to complete some more missions. We've got 2 highland spots. So we need to find a highland location to complete a mission. There are none out there, which in theory means there should be some coming up. So let's move here. There's one. Because we are on that edge. Come on. We also will get one up here, which is another desert one. Loop. Okay. So we'll just move 2, and that makes that cautious, so we don't need to worry about navigate. We succeeded on both of those, so we will eat 1 food and find 2 gold. Cool, cool. And then let's see, we have another excavation, which is survival, and we have a duel, which is survival and navigate. Yeah, I mean, I think the excavation makes sense. Because like we're pretty much guaranteed unless we roll 2 10s. We'll see that. All right, excavation. Oh, we need 2 successes actually for this. The Well of Sorrow is a fabled place with a dark and sinister past. Bedouin legend. Bedouin? Yeah, nailed it. Bedouin legend tells of a deep cavern whose steep walls dampen all magic effects. At the bottom lies a mystic well rumored to be guarded by a wraith. If you have already found the Well of Sorrow, you may complete this mission immediately. If not, locate the Well of Sorrow Discovery and play it when you complete this mission. Excavate, you can roll survival each turn. Each hero who succeeds suffers 3 energy drain and unearths ancient treasure worth 15 gold. Suffer no damage if you have the living rope. Don't have living rope. Not even sure what living rope is. All right, let's give this a shot here. So we're going to roll our 2 survivals because of true solo, and we need both of them to be not a 10. 8 and a 5. So we were successful in the mission. We're now going to try the excavate. We were successful in the excavate, so we will take 3 energy drain. It's not a boss, so I don't think we take the extra from the game mode. But that'll give us 15 gold. Cool. And then we will go find the Well of Sorrows. Nope. Nope. Yeah. There we go. Give these a quick shuffle. All right, see what the Well of Sorrows does here. Sounds great. The Well of Sorrow, I'm sorry, it's just the one sorrow, there's not multiple, is a dark place populated by spirits. It exists far below the earth and in a difficult to reach cavern. Place the Well of Sorrow's location token on this hex. Okay, we can do that. That's the Well of Sorrows. It cannot be destroyed by the Ravager. Place the token on top of a remnant. Okay. Each hero may enter by succeeding on a mastery stat test of their choice. Those that do, roll a 6-sided die. So we can roll on a mastery stat, which is 7 or 8 for us currently. All right. Each hero that does rolls a 6-sided die. If you hex, you get a power up. On a 4 or 5, you gain 1 Ravager Crystal or 2 Platinum. On a 2 or 3, you gain 3 energy ranks or +1 mastery rank. On a 1, if Magnus Grimm is alive, he appears and confronts the group in the Well of Sorrow. This occurs automatically if a hero possessed by him enters. Magnus Grimm, is he a boss? I'm going to set this over next to our ancient bridge here. I don't think we're going to do it because I vaguely remember Magnus Grimm. I don't remember if he is an encounter or a boss. But yeah, you can get possessed by him. And I don't think in a true solo game, I'm not trying to do anything that can potentially affect the rest of the group being me, because there's really no buffer there. So we are just going to do this. That is going to increase our rep up, which is with Ferrora, which means we will get that 2 gold. And we will get 2 power-ups. Okay. Set this over there. We'll grab another one. Ooh, another aid quest here. Scholars have located a series of colossal concentric stone blocks nestled on an island in the Dust Sea. The Ferorans have been carefully negotiating with giants to gain access to the site. It appears a tenuous deal has been struck. The Ferorans want you to pick up Term's Keystone, a tablet that contains an ancient form of giantish. Bring this keystone back to Ferora. The group's movement speed is reduced by 1 while carrying it. So again, this is another quest we just basically hang on to until we go to Ferora, and it decreases our movement speed, which isn't a huge deal because we have the magic carpet. But that is not really one we want to do right now. We want to do that one when we're going to leave the hot tiles, the desert area, which I'm not ready to do quite yet. So we will get our 2 power-ups. Let's see here. All right, we have another stash, which is survival, which I don't really need, but we're going to stash it because it does give us an extra die roll when we go to roll our stash. And we have a purity. So this +1 to health and energy is actually a +2 because we do not have a mutation. So 9, 13. And your active also goes up. So 10. Cool. Okay. Update our Feroran chart here. We just found another discovery. So we have found 4 of the 5 total we need, and then we don't care about treasures or discoveries anymore. And we just did another mission, which is 3 total. So we're doing pretty good on those 3 categories. We ideally want to be doing well on 4 categories because that maxes it out. But we're doing fine. We don't always have to, we don't have to complete all of them, I guess. Cool. Okay. So that is that. He is going to hang out this turn, and when he hangs out, we put out a remnant token, like so. And then it's us. Okay, so we don't really want to do either of those, and we don't have another Highland spot out. How many hot tiles do we have left here? 3. All right, let's try to get the rest of these hot tiles out. And then maybe then go try to fight boss 1. I don't know if we're ready for boss 1 yet. We haven't really upgraded. Well, all right, let's just move around here. All right, so 1, 2, and we're going to have a hole, I think, in our map just because I pushed it all together to try to get it on camera better. So that was, yeah. We'll just push this up like that. And this up like that. So that was 2, 3, 4. Hey, there's a Highland location. 5, and we'll reveal the last location here. Another Highland and another desert. So that was cool to end on. Okay, so we are in a Highland location, hopefully, if we pass our navigate. Which we, of course, did not. Failed everything but survival. Still have to eat a food. Nom nom. And let's see where we go to. 2, which is this direction. So we are here, which now means we need to roll a circumstance, which is hex. Oh boy. Okay, it's nature, but it's also plague of locust, which doesn't seem great. From nowhere, a plague of locusts blasts out of the sun. Though this environmental phenomenon happens on occasion, it seems entirely unnatural. The insects gorge themselves on what little scrub grass is available, decimating the region. Each hero suffers 3 non-lethal health and energy damage after the movement phase of each game turn. Suffer no damage if you carry survival gear. This effect remains for 4 turns. 3 non-lethal health and energy. Yikes. Okay. I'm just going to set this off to the side. I don't know if this stuff is on camera, but if not, those discoveries I have just sitting to the side. And then our Plague of Locusts is going to get a timer for 4 on there. Okay. That is nature. So I guess if there's a silver lining, it's that it does start us over here. Oh boy. Okay. Fun. Yeah, so he is going to disappear at the end of the round. And we'll put out this. He's only got 2 spaces he can go. So boss 1, who I was thinking about going after, is potentially on his list here. Again, I don't want to rush it though, especially with that Plague of Locusts, because we were basically going into that fight with nothing. So, okay, we're just going to move cautiously to this Highland spot right there. Let's see how we do. Oh, don't need to roll green. All right, hex and a 4. So we find 2 gold. Okay, that was the movement phase. So we are going to take 3 non-lethal health and energy damage. So 6 and 7. So we're going to have to, once that Plague of Locusts is done, I'm going to go ahead and mark that down to 3 more turns of that nonsense. But once the Plague of Locusts is done, we're going to have to find ourselves an oasis and heal ourselves with our empowered recovery. For the time being, though, we are going to now attempt this again. I already read this one, so we're just going to attempt it. We need to succeed on a navigate and a survival. Survival should not be an issue. Navigate, we still need 5 or lower. All right, cool. We hexed both, and we do have a critical success condition. So that worked out. Let's see what we got here. Critical success. Heroes who critically succeed gain 1 gear upgrade of their choice. Interessante. This is a gear upgrade, which means you do have to mark off the hex. So you don't have to pay for it, but you do get to mark it off. I mean, attack makes sense because I can double up on all my attack, basically, because I can give him that gear upgrade, and then I also get it. But we're going to go with defense to increase this to 8, because now when we do our Divine Wrath, we will heal 4 health and 4 energy, assuming we do damage. Cool. Okay, this is going to move us to the right on our rep, which does mean we now get, put this out here, which does mean we get the 2 gold because we're slightly cool with them. And then we are going to get 2 power-ups. All right, and that was our first Drea quest. Let's go ahead and get the power-ups first here. All right, another stash, another survival stash. So my survival is going to be real good. And then another purity. So this attack 2, I don't have a mutation, so this attack 2 becomes an attack 3. And with the rules of familiars, I'm going to give that attack 3 to my familiar. And with the rule of my race, I then also get that attack 3. So I like seeing attack. This is going to go up to 6. Even though I don't attack very often, it is part of the Divine Wrath. And at the same time, this Living Blade will also attack, which I think in the one fight we had, I forgot to attack with the Living Blade. So we're looking okay. We're still alive and stuff, but I've made it much further than I did yesterday when I tried this. So, all right, we do need another quest from Drea here. We have a navigate. It is on a desert space. You just need 1 success. And this is a cool thing too. It says commander here. I'm not sure if this came up in the previous plays that I had. Commander is one of the roles from this actual set. So if you are playing the commander, there's a special thing for you here, which is kind of neat. There's not one for every role because there's a lot of roles, but there's one for, I think there's probably one for every role that was actually in Sands of Shurax. All right, so this one needs a desert location. We are close to a desert location, which is good news. All right, let's see where he's coming back. To make this easy, I'm just going to say odds and evens because those are the only two spots he can go from here because there's already remnants here and he doesn't go back to where there's already remnants. So again, odds, evens. All right, a hex is a 6, which is an even, so he's coming out here. And let's see where he's coming out. 3. Cool, he did not cover up boss 1, so we can still go fight boss 1, which I think we might. No, we still have that plague of locusts. Yeah, okay, so it's our turn here. We have another highland and we have a desert mission locations there. Desert, there's no highland, so we're going to go to the desert space. You do need to cover up this one with a hex because we did do the mission there. So we're going to go to this space here. It's moving cautiously. So again, we are just going to roll survival, and those are both hexes. I should have rolled navigate because if you get triple hexes, you get something cool. We are going to find 3 instead of 2. That's a hex on the thing. We do have to eat, even though we passed our survival. And let's see, something happens when you hex 2. Okay. Just checking the other ones too. I technically could heal 1 health and 1 energy, but with the plague of locusts, there's really no reason to. All right, if you roll 2 of 3 critical successes, in addition to the normal bonuses, you may play a circumstance of your choice instead of rolling for 1, even if there is no circumstance in this turn. So we can choose a circumstance, which we might, because like this dust eel shouldn't be super difficult. However, at the end of the movement phase, these each go down by 3 because of the plague of locust, and we still have 2 rounds of the locusts, which, yeah. So do we want to do a circumstance? I'm leaning towards probably not, but okay, 3 health damage, which could be blocked, 1 piercing health damage, which would be 2 and can't be blocked, so that's not great. 3 corrosive energy damage. Corrosive means you cannot heal it. But again, that can be blocked. We're going to choose to do a circumstance. This is a gamble. We're going to choose to fight this dust eel. It is a magical nature swarm. But I think with the block that we have, our survival being as good as it is, I think we're going to be okay. So, we're going to fight this guy. It's an Outlast again. So 4 plus 1, because there is 1 hero, plus 2 is 7. It's going to lose 1 at the end of the round. It is not our favorite opponent, which is fine. We are going to test our survival. This is a test outside of the skill, so we will roll 2 of these. I think I'm doing that right. I should probably check that. I'm going to check that real quick. I know I messed that up on the one video. But yeah, in True Solo, that actually might be in a different book. In True Solo, I know you get to roll 2 outside of the skill, but I don't know if that is specifically for missions or if that is for everything. I thought it was everything. Here you go. When rolling skill dice to attempt a caravan event or mission. Okay, so no. Caravan event or mission. So we are going to roll 1. It is a 2. So that success is going to take another off the Outlast, and it also is going to block 1 through 4 on this roll. So let's see. 4. So because we were successful in our navigate, has no effect on us. Outlast goes down to 5. Okay. All right. We are going to do the same thing. So it's 5. It's going to lose 1 at the end of the round. Let's roll our survival. That's a 9. That's still a success. So on a 1 through 4, a 3, nothing happens. Because of the success, it's going to go down 1 more. So this is now down to 3. It is going to lose 1 at the end of the round. We are going to test our survival again. Hex, which I don't think Yeah. Oh, no, a crit does actually lower it by 2. So this will be the last round. So if this is a 1 through 4, which it is, that dust eel did absolutely nothing to us. And the reason I chose to fight him is because I wanted the encounter. So our rewards there is a spell component, 1 per hero. So I'm just going to mark that on my sheet here. I don't remember what that does. I know there are cases where you need to spend 1. And now we have 1. We also will get another Ravager Crystal because that was a fight. You get +1 Ravager Crystals. There we go. And we will mark another encounter on our list here. Okay. So now if we go to Ferrora, we could actually do this twice and we could turn in and get 3 power-ups if we go to Ferrora. If we do 1 more mission and 1 more encounter, we would get 6 power-ups. We'd have to spend 3 turns there, but we would get 6 power-ups, which isn't terrible. Okay, that is Eel. Now let's see the negative effect of that. What comes out instead? A level 4 mutated giant. So, okay, we defeated an easy one, and now we have a mutated giant out there, which will be less easy, but that's okay. That was our circumstance phase, which again, we normally wouldn't have done, but we got that benefit from something that I genuinely don't remember. That's fine. We are still here, though. We are on a desert space, so we are going to attempt this. This is a navigate test. It requires 1 success. A Hansa operative has unknowingly led a member of Dria's guard into one of their hideaways deep in the desert. Locate the camp and deliver a message to the guard. Okay. And again, if you're a commander, you can read that part. I'm not going to bother reading it because we're not going to do it. Okay. So yeah, we just need to roll our 2 navigates because this is a mission. And we're looking for one of these to be 5 or lower. 2, I'll take it. Neither of those rolled. Those both just, it was weird. I'm not sure the camera caught that, but must be a ghost down here or something. All right, so we're going to move our reputation to the right. 1. Okay. That does mean we will get the 2 gold. Cool. And we will get 2 power-ups. But before we do that, let's go ahead and mark. We have done a 4th mission. So now if we do one of these encounters, I might think about going to Ferrora to turn in, get some power-ups. And we might have to take a caravan back. The caravan mechanic in this is kind of the one negative. It's fine. That's why I really like when I get the magic carpet, because you take a lot less caravan journeys. Okay, we will discard this one, get 2 power-ups. Both of them are stash, so that would give me 5 cards in my stash. So I might roll for them. I don't have great luck rolling those D4s, but again, because I have 5, I would roll a D4 5 times basically. And if you get a hex once, all of these would be +1, which we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait. There has been several times that I have rolled like 5 to 8 or 1 to 8 dice and have not gotten a hex on a D4. So we're gonna pump the brakes there. We have used this mission spot. We need to draw a new mission for Dria. It's another aid mission. So we now have 3 aid missions and a bounty, which might mean we can't really do a whole lot of missions out here, which is unfortunate, but also fine. We can just, honestly, we could pick up all the aid missions and then just start going to each city, turning them in. It'll just mean we won't be able to fight any of these bosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all out, which I feel like once we defeat 1, if we could heal up, we'll be okay. Either way, let's read this real quick. Try and celebrate Troc Halna, the national Ferroran holiday of goodwill and the triumph over hardship, with nightly celebrations and games for an entire week. This year, a noble and his family wish to celebrate there. Travel to Dria to pick them up, then deliver them to the city-state of Ferrora safely. Okay, so if we go to Dria first, and then Ferrora second, we would be able to pick these guys up. And with our magic carpet, that is super easy to do. Barely an inconvenience, Ryan George. If you don't know who that is, do yourself a favor. We also can pick up the aid quest then for Ferrora because they also want to go to Ferrora. So that would give us 2 missions basically that we would be able to complete in Ferrora, which is probably not a terrible idea. So we need to get to a Silt Seed to pick up that one. This one we could pick up in a desert, and then we would just need to go here as well. And this is Terry, I think. Yeah. Now each city also, I haven't mentioned this, but each city also, this is how you buy your gear upgrades. Each city only has certain ones that you can buy. So if we go to Ferrora, we can upgrade any of our skills and either of our masteries. But if we're trying to get more health and more energy, we're going to get those at Drea. And there is some crossover between the cities with those types of things. But you also, if you are in good reputation with them, you get a discount on the gear upgrades that you're buying. So that's another reason why currently we're in good standing with Ferrora and Drea. So if we were to go to Ferrora and Drea, we would get discounts on all the stuff that they offer. And they offer, I mean, you know, good stuff. We also still have our Genie Lamp. So we can get 300 gold and we could probably max out those stats while we're there, which is not a bad thing by any means. But I'm not super ready to leave here yet. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and end this round. So I'm going to get rid of this Hex because he's about to cover it anyway, so we would not be able to go back there. We can go, okay. We're about to move, and then our vitals are going to be absolute garbage. So therein lies the problem. Yeah, we need to make it to an oasis. Maybe not this round, but next round. Because we have 2 more rounds of that Plague of Locusts that we drew. So, let's head back that way. I think we're going to head towards Boss 1. Along the way, we're going to pick up this aid quest and this aid quest. I think here, well, maybe here and here. No, because that could potentially do a boss fight that we're not going to be ready for because we're going to be at 1 health and 1 energy. Okay. We might just want to move cautiously until that Plague of Locusts is gone. So that's what we're going to do. Our cautious movement is effectively 3 because of the magic carpet and the fact that we're in the desert. And if you move cautiously, unless we roll a 3 or a 4, we can avoid any circumstance that comes up because we will be at 1 health and 1 energy. And then if we do 1, 2, 3, we could go 1, 2, 3 to this oasis. I guess we might as well just 1, 2, 3. So that's cautious movement. So we don't have to roll navigate. We are there. The downfall of that being we do have to roll a circumstance. If we just go to the oasis and we pass a navigate, our navigate's only 5. It's only a 50% chance. I'm happy with this. We're doing it. Oh boy. We hexed 1 and we most definitely did not find any money. So we do have to eat 1 because we are still out here in the desert. But we did not find any money. All right, let's roll this circumstance and hope it's not a 3 or a 4. It's a 5. All dried up. And again, we can choose to avoid this because we move cautiously. We can just discard this, but let's see what it is. It's called all dried up, so my guess is it's not great. You've been following an old river bend, but all evidence of there being water here has sadly faded. Your horses and camels are fatigued, and you're finding it difficult to keep them hydrated. Each hero rolls navigate. If any hero fails, the group is wandered straight into a den of gigantic creature. Face the enormous pangolin, which is boss 1. If any hero critically succeeds, you spot an oasis. Place a random hot tile on that contains an oasis in the waste and any location. Okay, so this is the waste. Sorry, not a desert. Same thing. Okay, so we're going to skip this one for 2 reasons. 1, we're not ready to fight the pangolin because we're technically at 1-1. We've already moved, so we are at 1-1. And 2, even if we critically succeed, there are no more hot tiles to go find an oasis, so nothing about this is good times. So you buy. That's one of the benefits of moving cautiously. However, we do. Now it is, the Plague of Locusts is non-lethal health and energy damage, which means we can't go below 1. We cannot die from that I mean, not that I needed to explain to you what non-lethal meant, but there is still one turn before that goes away. However, again, this comes into rule of cool and just thematic how oases work. But first, the Ravager is going to disappear. Act 2 will start. I guess I should probably do some math. How many hot tiles are there here? Ones? There are 22 hot tiles and currently 4 remnants. So once, I gotta check. I don't know if it is when there's more than half or exactly half. That is on the placard. I hope. Nah? Weird. It does tell you what page to look at, though. Either way, once 11 remnants come out there, or maybe 12, he is going to enter Act 2, which is worse for us. Act 2 begins when the number of remnants on the board equals at least half the number of hot tiles. So yeah, once there are 11 remnants out there, and currently there are 4, so we have a little time, that's when he enters Act 2, and he starts just basically going down and then coming up. And I think he constantly follows us as well. It's no longer random. He just constantly follows us. All right. So yeah, we have one more turn of Plague of Locusts. So we're just going to move cautiously into the Oasis. When we do so, we're going to take our 3 non-lethals, but the Plague of Locusts is gone. Cool. And when we are in here, we fill up on food, which we don't super need. It gets us 4 food. We fill up our energy, not our health, but this is where I was talking about rule of cool. We can heal ourselves using energy. So I'm just going to heal myself to full, and then we're still in the Oasis, so I'm just going to assume that I could get more energy. You know what I mean? To me, the Oasis is, whatever the plural of Oasis is should also just heal health. I don't know why it doesn't, but whatever. It doesn't say that it does, so we're going to move on with our lives. All right, he was here. He is going to go here, 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 or here, depending on the roll. So if we roll a 4 or a 5, I think we have to re-roll. Now let's just see what happens. We rolled a 4. So a 4 technically is that way, which he can't go. There's a 2, which is this way. So he's going to come out on this tile, and we will roll a d4 and roll a 1. So he goes here, covers up that caravansary, which is not a huge deal. We need to have some on the board if we want to come back after we leave the waste. But as you can see, currently there are plenty. So, okay, that's him. So I think for our turn, again, I think we're going to prepare to leave the waste. But first, we're going to, I think, try to at least take out a boss or 2. Yeah. So we have our move of 7 technically, but 6 in the waste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not terrible. Yeah, instead of picking up these quests right now, let's go see if we can do some boss hunting. So we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we fail our navigate and then roll, technically a hex, I'm reading this upside down, we will have a boss fight. So let's not do that. Because, I mean, this is boss 2. We might be able to take boss 2. I don't know. All right. Past this, hex that. We did fail our navigate. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and hit 46, because we hexed that. We do have to eat 1, because we're in the waste. And navigate. Let's see where we go. All right, so technically, I'm reading this thing upside down. A hex, I'm going to continue to just do it the way I've been doing it, which is upside down. So if we roll a 3, we will go into that boss fight. It's a 3. Whoop, we move here. All right, so silver lining, we don't have to roll a circumstance. The opposite of a silver lining, we do have to fight boss 2 probably before we're ready to, but let's find out. What is boss 2? Boss 2 is a monstrous humanoid. Oh, we could just bribe it. 34. How much am I going to be doing? I mean, so the Living Blade is going to be doing 6. If I Divine Wrath, I'm going to be doing 13. So in theory, unless he defends, which I see he has at least 2 things that defends, or he heals, we should be able to kill it in 2 or 3 rounds. And we're going to be healing probably at the same time. We have some defense. Yeah, we're not going to bribe it. We're not going to flee from it. We are going to attempt to murder its face a little bit. All right, so this is Cricket. At least that's what Crick parentheses or comment to the top. Psych reference. If you guys got that, you're welcome. Here we go. So we are going to add, it does get +1 opponent mutation. Let's see here. We don't do that yet. So let's roll to see what mutation it gets here. So again, here's our mutation chart. We roll this. That is a 2, which means he gets a physical mutation. That is a hex. Oh boy. Okay, so the opponent defends 2 each round. It has a chitinous shell. So, I mean, thematically, kind of makes sense. It defend 2 every round, but we are going to get 5 more gold at the end of the round if we defeat it. So I'm just going to make notes. I'm just going to put a defend 2 and then +5 gold. All right. It is going to get it also gets plus vitals, and I forgot to mark that. +3 vitals. So 37 of them health and 25 of them energies. Cool. Okay. It's not terrible. It is a monstrous humanoid, so not a creature, which means we don't get to roll favorite opponent, which is okay. Let's see here. So we are going to Divine Wrath, and our Divine Wrath does damage equal to Divine Wrath and Divine Channel. So that is -13 health. Our Living Sword is just going to attack on its own. That is -6 health. And then if we do damage, we are also healing half of Avatar Aura, which is 4 health and energy. So again, I think we're set up to do pretty well, I think. Let's see what this guy does. 3. Okay, 3 is going to use 7 of his energy. It's going to give him defend 3, so that is going to be a total of defend 5 this round. Until the end of combat, if any hero uses the same ability 2 rounds in a row, Cricket counterattacks 6 that hero. The Takrian feigns ignorance, but is learning your attacks. So this doesn't do any damage currently. It does defend 5. How defend works, if you're not familiar with the game, haven't seen the previous videos, defend will defend every individual attack that's not piercing or favored opponent. So with his defend 5, the 6 from our Living Blade is only 1, and our 13 becomes 8. It defends both of those. So that's 9 damage, which means he has 28 left. On top of that, now that technically cost me 2 energy, but then I am going to heal 2 energy and 4 energy and 4 health, so I am still full. But if I do that again, what happens? He counterattacks 6, which just means he attacks 6 plus whatever else he does. And we will take his energy is down to 18. If he runs out of energy, then his 3 and 4 attacks become 1 and 2 attacks, but at half power. But his 3 attack isn't an attack. It's basically just a pretty neat little ability he gets for the rest of the game. So we don't really want to Divine Wrath because he will retaliate, or counterattack. You know what? I'm fine with that. We're going to Divine Wrath. So again, technically, this costs me 2 energy. And again, it's 13 from me, and it is 6 from the Living Sword. Okay, so he's going to do 4. This cost 5 energy. First of all, let's do the counterattack. So the counterattack 6 is actually counterattack 7 because it's +1 damage. The Magic Carpet will block 4 of that. So I will take 3. Bringing me down to 6. Now let's see what 4 does. Group energy and navigate. So let's see here. Navigate check. That was a 9, so I fail. Each target suffers 5 energy damage. Those who fail become debilitated 2. Cricket cleverly uses the environment to disorient his foes. Okay, so we're going to take 5 energy damage, which is actually 6 energy damage, but it is also blocked by the carpet. So I will take 2 energy damage, which brings me down to 9. Debilitated, we just looked this up earlier. Debilitated 2 means I cannot block next round, or maybe for the rest of the game. Doesn't super matter. However, all of our damage went through besides the defense 2. So this 13 becomes 11, this 6 becomes 4, that is 15. So he is down to 13. And since we did damage, I will heal 4 health and 4 energy because of Divine Wrath, which puts me back up to full. That's why I wasn't overly worried about the counterattack. With 4 defense built in and 4 healing built in, I was pretty happy with it. Okay, so he has 13 left. He, 13 health and actually 13 energy left. Cool. Let's go ahead and, yeah, we're just going to do it again. So we'll knock this down to 11. We are going to do 13. The sword will do 6. So assuming he doesn't heal or defend, he will be defeated here. Let's see. Hex. Single target health and explore. So we are looking, we have to do an explore check. That's a 10. We definitely failed that. Cricket attacks the target with the least amount of health, dealing 4 damage, plus size matters, piercing health damage. Those who fail become wounded. Okay, so we're doing 4 health, which is actually 5, but defended by 4. So we'll take 1 health damage. Okay. Plus size matters, piercing. Okay, so some of that was piercing. Size matters, I have to look up. This one is always weird. It has something to do with your food rating. And it's I don't know why they did it. I mean, it makes sense in some cases because depending on how big you are. All right, game value is determined by the target's food rating. The keyword will include a parenthesis that describes the modification, equal to increase, decrease, or multiply by that target's food rating. Okay, so what it's saying here basically is plus size matters, piercing. My size is 4, or my food rating is 4. So 4 of that was piercing. So I should have taken 4. I only took 1, which means I need to take 3 more. So this is down to 5 because it was piercing, so the carpet can't block it. That's all that was saying. Okay, but we do enough damage to kill it. I did damage to him, so I actually heal 4 and 4. So again, I am back to full. 9 and 13. We get plus 5 gold. He gives us 5 plus 5, so we are up to 56 gold. And then those are all the notes that I needed here. This is getting a little messy. Whoops. All right. Hooked my microphone. There we go. Just get this a little bit cleaner. Sweet. Okay, let's see what else we get here. We get 4 food, which we can only carry 1 food. Bloop. We get, so single rewards. In true solo, you get both of the single rewards. So we get 3 health, that is current and total, which is good, because ours was a little low. Got a little worried there during that fight. And we get a survival kit, which I have to look up. I think that is the one that heals as you move, I think. And we get 2 power-ups. It was a fight, though, so we are also going to get another Ravager Crystal. It's up to 4. We also need to mark that we defeated a boss. 1, 2, get all those. And then, yeah, 2 power-ups. So, yeah, that was boss 1, Cricket. Or, I'm sorry, boss 2, Cricket. Boss 1 is probably next, because I think that's where I was heading prior to that, I guess, fortunate circumstance of getting all healed. Awesome. So 2 purity. We do not have a mutation. So this 2 health becomes 3. And this +1 to all abilities is now +2 to all abilities, which is fantastic and helpful. We're going to do that double up thing with the attack. We're going to give the 2 attack to our Living Blade, which also gives us the 2 attack. So that is pretty neato. Let's go ahead and do that. So 15 and 15. And then 2 here. which is also 2 here. So 7, 10, 9, 10. Cool. All right, our Divine Wrath is now hitting for 17 and healing 5 health and energy if we do damage, which seems pretty awesome. All right, we did it. Go team. And he now is going to take his turn where he just kind of takes a turn off. Cool. We did defeat this boss. It is boss 2, which is not part of our bounty, but if we later draw a bounty that includes boss 2, we've defeated boss 2, so we would be able to get that bounty. Okay. We're just going to move cautiously. Let's fight boss 1. Might as well. We'll do some boss fights in here, and then we might just go to the cities for the rest of the game. I need more Ravager crystals, I think. Let me check real quick and see how much those gambling dens cost and where we have to buy them from. Here we go. Nemsinet, which is this city down here. It costs 6 gold and 6 Ravager crystals per hero for a gambling den. Gambling dens get you 3 platinum per turn. So you can buy, I think there are 5 of them you can buy. Yeah, only up to 5 are available per game. So that means we would need 30 gold, which isn't a problem, and 30 Ravager crystals, which is a problem. We might have to start grabbing some Ravager crystals, which means we might take mutations. But if we can buy all 5 of those and get them all placed, you have to spend, I think, 1 turn placing them. But once they're all placed, we'll be getting 15 platinum a turn, which should do pretty well towards our 100 goal, which I think is the one I'm going to go for. Fighting him's all well and good, but if you get a combo like what we're kind of working towards here, it really won't be as much of a challenge as it's supposed to be. But this guy, I will say, this is kind of the one boss that, to me, feels like an actual boss fight. Because he does all of his abilities. He does all of them. He has 6 different abilities. You don't roll. He does them all until you defeat each individual one. So each stat has something that you can do to defeat it, either doing health damage, energy damage, or outlasting. And he'll do all 6 of those things until you defeat each individual one. Okay. That is us. We moved to 1, so let's go ahead and fight a pangolin? Pangolin. An enormous pangolin. Oh, he has a creature. That is our favorite opponent, which is cool. Go ahead and put this out here, like so. Okay, let's roll to see. Because he does get a mutation, because we are on easy difficulty. Should I move up? No, we'll do one more fight, and then maybe we'll move up. Okay. D6. That is a 5. On a 5, you roll on the metaphysical mutation, which is another d6. That is a 2. So he is intuitive. He gets +2 per hero to his vitals. This opponent treats favorite opponent damage as normal damage. Okay. If it weren't for the fact that we even had him as a favorite opponent, that actually wouldn't do anything. The cool part is we do now get 2 platinum for killing him. So his vitals go up to 32. We would get +2 platinum as an extra reward, since this is his mutation. And then 16 energy. Cool. Okay. And still +1 damage as well. All right. Well, yeah, we're going to swing at him. We're going to divine some wrath. So that's going to be 17 from us. Our sword is going to swing for 8. Let's see what he does. 3. This uses 5 energy. Group health, block 5. Each target suffers 3 health damage. Targets who fail to deal damage this round become trapped. The scaling monstrosity rolls around, making it difficult to target. So that's what he's doing to that. I mean, it gives you a little flavor there. Okay, so he gains a block 5. Block works differently than defend. Block is used up when it's used. So his block 5 is only going to block a total of 5. Each target suffers 3 health damage, which is actually 4. Our magic carpet is going to block that. So we are going to do 20 damage to him instead of 25 damage to him. So he's going to be down to 12. Cool. And then we are going to heal 5 and 5 health and energy, which, yeah, leaves us at full. All right. Yeah, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just take him out. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to roll favorite opponent. 3. So he's actually at 9. Because he is a creature, which is my favorite opponent. So we will roll favorite opponent now for this round. 3 more. Okay. So yeah, I'll Divine Wrath again. So that's 17, and then 8 from our sword, and we're defending 4 with our carpet. Let's see what he does. 1 single target health and navigate. So let's see about this navigate roll. We passed. 1 target suffers 4 corrosive health damage, which is actually 5. Those who fail, we did not, become vulnerable. A thick gummy mucus coats the target in a sticky film. This is unpleasant, it says in quotes. All right, so we're going to take 5 corrosive damage. 4 of it will be blocked by the magic carpet. 1 will go through, and it is corrosive, which means we cannot heal it. So when we heal 5 and 5, we will get our energy back, but our health will stay at 14. However, that is a defeated, enormous pangolin. We're going to get 2 platinum. I'm going to mark that here before I forget. We are going to get another Ravager crystal. Cool. And then otherwise, he is dead. And then we will get our rewards here in a second. So yeah, didn't expect that to be a challenge after boss 2 went down relatively easily. We're getting pretty good here. Boss 3 might be our next target. Just working our way through these guys here. So we get 3 energy as a reward. And again, that is current and total. And this was marked, I think. I get an Iron Scale potion. Cool. Let's see what else we get here. 3 gold. 8 food, which I can't hold. Actually, I should have lost 1 when we moved. And I would get that back now. And then 2 power-ups. Okay. We are actually done with this placard because boss 1 and 2 are both dead. 2 power-ups. Let's see what we got here. Both +3 to both masteries. Ooh, and all stats. Fun. Okay. Like the game really wants us to go fight some harder bosses. So we are going to get +4 to these 2. So 13, 14. And then +1 to this and this. So 8 and 11. We, of course, would have given it to this guy. So it's going to be a 9. Okay, then we are going to have 6, 7, 10. And 16, 17. 15, 17. But also, I gotta look up real quick what this survival. Heal 1 health and 1 energy before the movement phase of each game turn, and reduce food requirement for each caravan event by 1. This item only affects 1 hero, may be purchased once per hero. So yeah, when we move, I will actually gain this back. So I'm just gonna mark that as full. Neat, neat. All right, that was another boss fight. So we'll mark that on here. We have defeated 2 bosses. Get rid of these guys. Gonna cover this up. And then he's gonna take his turn, which is diving back down into the ground and leaving that behind. Okay, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boss 3 is just 6 spaces away, which is our movement. Our navigate is only 6, but hopefully we get there. We have this bounty for bosses 4 and 5, which are here. I think that might be our move. Move here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe even move recklessly to boss 5. Just see how the other boss fights go. And then along the way, we can pick up some of these aid quests, and then basically, missions technically, do those 4 missions and see about turning all those in. And then, do we want to do it the platinum? We need to get Ravager crystals if I'm going to be doing the platinum win condition, because I need to be able to buy. I need to be able to buy those, whatever they're called. And I don't think you can buy Ravager crystals. Oh, you can. Nope, you can convert one you can convert 1 platinum into a Ravager crystal here. We have 8 platinum. Which seems counterintuitive, but at the same time, if that platinum can help us get the Gambler's Den token, that'll get us 3 per turn. So it seems like, I mean, it'll pay for itself pretty quickly. Okay, for the time being, though, no. Maybe we go Ravager hunting. I gotta double check real quick. I don't really want a mutation, but at the same time, it's kind of fun. Okay, so with the Ravager crystals in the waste, to harvest those things, each hero gains the irradiated 5 condition during the event phase while you're in a remnant. And then you can also potentially gain a mutation. Now, irradiated is targets who gain this condition suffer energy drain equal to the number of parentheses minus their food rating. So it's irradiated 5, but our food rating is 4. So basically, if we end our turn on a remnant, we'll take 1 energy damage. Not a huge deal. But we also would get crystals equal to, I think, a D4 roll. Let me double check that. Roll the pyramid, which is just the D4, and gain the results in Ravager crystals. We also would get the power up for the ones that, still have a power up there. And then with the mutations, I forget, you roll. Each time you gain the irradiated condition, you can choose to roll a stat test against your food rating. If the result is less than or equal to twice your food rating value, the hero may choose not to gain a mutation. Or you can just choose not to roll and gain a mutation if you want one. All right, let's do it. It's I can show you guys how it works. So for our movement phase, we are just going to move cautiously. We'll go here to this remnant. So we now get because we're ending there, we get the irradiated 5 minus 4 for our food rating. So irradiated 1, which is 1 energy damage. So we're at 16. For our turn, do we do a circumstance still? It's a good question, me. Looks like you still do a circumstance. Yeah, because it is not one of those things. So we're going to roll for circumstance. Let's see here. Oh, actually, sorry. First, we're going to roll our skills. We move cautiously, so we don't care about navigate so much. We found some money. We found 2 money. Our survival was good, so we will lose that 1 food. Cool. Now we're going to roll a circumstance. That is a 1, which is Desert Harpies. Okay. And with the Desert Harpies, we are going to move up to moderate difficulty. Boop. That means they still get 1 mutation. You double the numeric effects of the mutation, though. And +4 to any future outlasts. So let's roll and see what type of mutation we're going to have here. A 3 is a physical mutation. 5 is tough. So +3 normal to vitals, but we're going to double that. So +6 to vitals, which means she is going to have 20 health. 14 energy. The opponent gains block 5 each round. It says double the numerical values, so I assume that means block 10 every round. Put it up here. Block 10. But it also gets us a bonus plus 5 gold when defeated, if defeated. Cool. That's the mutation. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here against the Harpy. Harpy is a monstrous humanoid, not a creature, so we're not going to roll favored opponent. We're going to do Divine Wrath, so this is going to take us down to 14. And it's going to do 22 damage, and our Living Sword will do 9 damage. Again, has a built-in block 10 every round. So we're really doing 21 instead of 31, but assuming if she doesn't block or defend, that is still a dead Harpy here. So let's see. 5. Group, 4 piercing health. Targets who are not at full health are trapped. All right, so that's technically 5 piercing health, and the Magic Carpet cannot block piercing. So we are going to take 5 damage. However, we did damage to her, so we are going to heal 5 health and 5 energy. So we actually don't take damage. And even if we did, she's dead, so she can't trap anybody. So that's going to go to full. Our health's going to stay full. She's all kinds of dead. Her reward is 6 plus the 5, so 11 gold for 72. 1 food, which is the 1 food I just had to eat. That is a dead Harpy, a desert Harpy. Let's see what we got next here. An irradiated zombie. All right, that is another encounter, which was our 4th encounter. And it also means we get another Ravager Crystal. Man, I like this game. Neat. Okay, so now we can do the Remnant Crystal thing. So we are going to farm a Remnant Crystal. So we roll the d4. That is a 3. So we get 3 Ravager Crystals. Brings us up to 9. We also get this power up. This will go away. And that is a stash for first mastery. That's our 6th stash. I still don't like my odds. I'm going to go for probably at least 8. So we're just going to stash that, and we'll roll for those at a later date. And now we have to roll to see if we get a mutation. We can choose not to, but honestly, with those purity cards in there, I like the bonuses from the purity cards. And I also don't want to decrease my energy that much. Screw it. We're not going to do it. We're just going to do a mutation. We're going to choose not to roll, and we're going to take a mutation. So mutation cards I got over here, as well as the caravan cards. If we take a caravan, which I'm playing hopefully so that we don't actually have to take a caravan. So you're just going to draw a mutation card. And you're going to see what it says. So we have an extra arm. Okay, so up here it says -2 energy. That is permanent -2 energy. So our 17s are going to go down to 15s. Each round of combat, you may choose to make 1 additional attack action or use an item. If you choose to make an attack action, this attack deals damage equal to half your attack rank, so not great. Each copy you possess grants you 1 additional attack action or item use each round. So if we get multiple copies, there actually are, but we haven't seen any, but there are power-ups that also just enhance your mutations. It acts as a second copy of a mutation if you have one. Okay, so we now have an extra arm. I don't know where to put that. There's too much stuff, but we're going to put it right there. And this plus attack on the bottom, I don't remember if that's a thing or if that is just kind of letting you know what it does when you get more. I think it's just letting you know what it does when you get more, but I'm just going to double check that. Toot sweet. Power up bonus. Oh no, okay, you do get that as a power up. But those don't stack. So like if I get a second one, I don't get double attack. I would just still get the 1 attack from that card. So this does give us +1 attack. We of course are going to give that to our Living Blade, who then gives it to us. Neat. Okay, so we did it. We got a mutation. We got some crystals. And now it is time for the Ravager to come back. Now the Ravager was here. There's only one place he can go. So he's just going to go there. I'm not going to do any rolls besides to see where he goes in that tile. So he's going to go right there. That is his turn. It is our turn. I mean, we need more Ravager crystals. So probably just go get more mutations. Oh, yeah, I guess we did get a mutation. So we got to watch that here as well, because that is one of the things that we're looking to try to do in Ferrora. Okay. Yeah, let's go get more. Why not? So we're going to go 1, 2, right there. Let's roll. We do not need to roll navigate because that was cautious. We found money and just have to eat the 1. All right. The irradiation is going to knock us down to 14. We are going to get a power up. Oh, I'm sorry. We have to roll circumstance. We'll get a power up. I'm going to just set that here. Roll circumstance 3. Astonal's forces. This is unavoidable. We did move cautiously, so normally we would be able to avoid it. An army of Bedouin serve the fierce warrior Astonal. Rumors suggest their lair is near the Dust Bowl, far from the city-states. Until this morning, you haven't given them serious thought. Then you happen upon one of their camps. The group is imprisoned too, but instead of moving to a city-state, stay in this location. Their arena is deadly. You may attempt to break free instead of participating in the arena. Face the guards level 3. If you succeed, regain your lost currency and gain this card's rewards, then roam. Yikes. Imprisoned too. Imprisoned heroes are being held against their will. Lose all currency, food, and access to your backpack. If the heroes are not in a city state, roll the pyramid and move them to that one. But this says you stay here. The group may choose to participate in the arena once. Any currency won is confiscated. This condition includes a number in parentheses representing time spent while the group is imprisoned. At the end of the game turn, place a number of remnants in the board equal to this number. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. This is terrible. So we are going to attempt to break free, and we are going to face the guards, which I think we could pretty easily take down here. Let me find the guards placard, though. There they are. Okay, guards 3. Monstrous humanoid horde. Okay, so they're an outlast of 2 times their level. The level is 3 according to the thing. They have a bribe amount, but we're not going to bribe them. Each hero loses their highest. Yeah. So, yeah, we can pretty easily fight these things. It is an outlast of 2 times their level, which is 3. So 6 plus 1, so 7. Outlast of 7. Stay. Okay. We can roll energy in either of our masteries. So we're going to go ahead and roll our... So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're all great. Basically, don't roll a 10. But we're going to roll the second mastery. So that's a 6, which means this is going to go down 1 at the end of the round. It's going to go down 1 because we were just successful. And on a roll of... let me bring this in here. Try not to move too much stuff. On a roll of 3 through Hex, nothing will happen to us. Hex. So we're fine because we did our second mastery. All right, so let's go down to 5. Cool. It'll go down 1 at the end of the round, and we are going to roll second mastery again. That is a 6, so we're good, which is going to make it knock down another 1. Again, we're looking for a 3 through a Hex. That is a 1, so we will get hit by this. Those who fail suffer 3 piercing energy damage. Heroes reduced to 0 become trapped. All right, so we will take 4 piercing energy damage. Okay, but this is down to 3. It will go down 1 at the end of the round, and we're going to test second mastery again. It's a 7, so it's going to go down 1 because of that success. And let's see. 2. So again, 4 piercing energy. Which, yeah, that sucks, but whatever. Okay, last round. It only has 1 left. And that's going to go down at the end of the round. But we'll again do second mastery. That is an 8, which is a success. Don't be a 1 or a 2. Yeah, of course. 2. So we are down to 2 energy, which is still fine. They are donezo. All right, so we get out of that. Our reward is a food, and then gold equal to its level, which was 3. So 77, and I don't know if that's considered an encounter. So we'll take the Ravager crystal, but I'm not going to mark that as an encounter on our knowledge sheet because I don't know if it's considered one or not. Oh wait, guard encounter. So yeah, it is. So that is the last encounter we care about. This was an event, which is not something we're going to mark. So we also get these rewards, which is 8 gold, 4 platinum, and 4 Ravager crystals. So this goes to 12. This goes to 14. This goes to 85. Okay, and then we will draw another one to put out here. The Shattered Tower. Cool. Now we'll gain our power up from the remnant. Oh, this is when I was, like what I was just mentioning, evolve. Your mutation are growing stronger. This power up becomes a copy of one mutation you have. Or if you do not have a mutation, you get this instead. So we now have 2 extra arms or a more powerful arm. I'm not really sure. It is a copy, so you do everything again. So we will lose 2 energy, 13 and 0. But we will also get the attack again. Just 1, though. You don't get the... It doesn't double up with the other copy. Okay. We then have to roll for Ravager crystals. We get 3. And I am going to roll for the mutation this time because my energy is getting lower than I would like it to be. So let's double check. But if you didn't want to, or if I fail, you just draw another mutation, which will give you something else. And you know, some of those combos are pretty cool with the different mutations you can get. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're either not using a lot of energy or you have a lot of energy when you have to go to lose it. Okay. A stat test against their food rating. If the result is less than or equal to twice their initial food rating, the hero may choose to not gain. Okay, so I need 8 or lower. 8. I am not going to get a mutation from this location here. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, got that, got that. Oh, I did get another mutation here. Technically, it's a copy. So we will mark that. Or should I get a mutation? Because 3 more bosses, 2 more mutations, and 1 more mission, and I can get more power-ups in Ferora. I don't care about power-ups so much, though. If I'm trying to win by platinum, I don't really need to be insanely powerful to win via platinum. Okay, that's us. He is going to hang out. And put that down. Okay, so we have to go again. Oh man, how much of the crystals? For the gambling den, we need 6. So currently we are 1 shy of being able to buy 3. I think we are going to go. I think we're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to go back to our boss fight / aid mission pickup. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to go there. That is cautious. Oop, 10, so I have to eat the full 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could use that pangolin now. Did find some money. Cool. Roll circumstance. 2, we are fighting a mutated giant. Okay. We could bribe him for $8, but again, I don't think killing him will be very difficult. It is a monstrous humanoid. We are on moderate difficulty, so let's go ahead and roll and see what he's going to have on our mutations. He is going to get a physical mutation. That physical mutation is going to be lightning fast. So he's getting +4. We double that. He's getting 8 on his vitals. So 35 health. And 11 energy. This guy doesn't use a lot of energy. We are going to get +5 gold. At the end. And he makes a basic attack before combat starts. Okay? His basic attack is mutate. 4 health and explore. Okay. Well, this is going to get blocked. Yeah. Either way, that's a success. So he's going to do 5 health. We will take 1. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh, mutate. What does that mean? I assume that just means he gets another mutation. They should have... Opponent immediately mutates. Roll for a mutation on the opponent mutation placard and apply it to your opponent. Allies cannot receive mutations through this keyword. Okay. So yeah, he is going to get another mutation. 2, that's another physical mutation. 5, tough. So that's... He gains block 10 each round. It's the one that the last guy had. And I assume he still gets the vitals even though the fight starts. So +6 to his vitals. Cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and... We have no energy. So that's fun. So we are going to attack for just our basic attack of 10. Our sword will do 11. Actually, when we use our sword with just a normal attack, it adds to our attack. At rank 5, when wielding, your attacks are piercing. At rank 8, when not wielded, it deals damage equal to 1.5 times. Oh. Okay. So when we're using it, which we are, it adds to our attack and it becomes piercing. So it is 21 piercing. So the block won't do anything. If we let it do its own thing, it does 1.5 damage. So it'll actually be hitting for, you round down, so 15 by itself, which is neat. All right, let's see what this guy does. 5. Dual, 4 piercing health. Size matters damage. The mutated giant deals to each target. What? Okay, it's doing 5 piercing health. 5 matters. Damage the mutated giant deals to each target. Okay, I think it's doing 9. It's doing the 5 piercing, but then it's adding some damage after that. All right, so we're going to hit it. It's going to be down to 20. This thing is... Yikes. What does the iron scale potion do? Because I might need to take that. Heal 6 or raise 6 energy. Okay. So I'm going to defend, and I'm going to use the iron scale potion. Our living blade will then do 15. Oh, and we're actually getting plus 10 gold now because we added that mutation. 5. Okay. So this is going to be the same thing. It's going to hit us for 5 piercing, and then I'm going to block the rest of it. So we're going to be down to 1. And then the iron scale, do I want energy or do I want health? Oh boy. Because if I take energy, I could Divine Wrath, and that'll heal me 5. This is just going to heal me 6. So we're going to take energy. We're at 1 health, but we're going to get 6 energy. Oh, I forgot about my extra arm. Each round of combat, you may choose to make one additional attack action or use an item. If you choose to make an attack action, it is half. So I should have hit it for 5 more this turn. Last turn, it would have blocked the 5 more. This turn, I should do 5 more. It then blocks 10, so it's down to 10. Gotta remember that I have a couple extra arms here. Okay. Next round, then, we are going to go ahead. We are going to Divine Wrath, which is going to hit it for 24. Our sword will hit it for 15. And in theory, it should be dead. Let's see what happens. Hex. Okay. Same thing. So it's hitting us for 5 piercing, but we are healing 5. It's then doing 4 damage, but our carpet is blocking 4. So we're good there. This is going to go up 5 to 9, and he's dead. Man, that was tougher than the boss fight was. All right, so we're going to get 20 gold, 3 food. That's it. Maybe we should have somehow bribed just... Oh, it's a mutated giant. I guess that makes sense. He looks weird. Don't care for him. Okay. Giant. Bring out that. Ooh, okay. Get rid of our markings here. Okay. Outside of combat, then, we are going to go ahead and use our Empowered Recovery to heal, which will heal us to full and cost us an energy. And we did use our Iron Scale potion. That was another encounter, but we're good on encounters. We do get another crystal from that. Actually, we're at moderate. We get 2 crystals, so that should be 19. Okay. And now we are on this remnant. Let's go ahead and grab our power up. And we're here. I think. Yeah. It's an attack. It is stash. All right. Let's try our stash. So how stash works? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in the stash. So we are going to roll a d4 7 times. I'm going to roll 3 d6s. We're looking for 1 hex. That's a 1, 1, 3. Okay. 3 more here. That's a 2, 2, 2. Okay. 1 roll left. See, this is why I was going to wait to have at least 8. 3. Okay, none of those were hexes, which means we just get the value on the card. Had any one of those 7 rolls been a hex, all of these would have been doubled, essentially. So, all right, these 2 attacks are going to go to our sword, which also goes to us. So 13 and 12. Then we've got, oh wow, quite a few doubles here. 2 first masteries that we don't super care about. I mean, we can use it outside of combat to heal, so that's nice. We're going to do 12 here. What was the last one? Energy. 1 energy, so 14 and 9. Okay. I mean, disappointing, because obviously we would have liked to have rolled a hex there, but not a huge deal. And we'll get rid of all those and have to make sure we shuffle real good next time, because they're all by one another. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and see how many remnants we get, or Ravager crystals. 1. We are rolling so well. So that gives us 20 Ravager crystals. Okay. Oh, we also have to roll to see if we get a mutation. So on an 8 or lower, we do not. We got a hex, so we are good there. Oh, and we should have... Did I already take the 1 energy damage? I think I already took the 1 energy damage. Yeah, for entering the hex there. Okay. End of the round. He's going to disappear. And we are going to get moving here on our plan. So we need to pick up 2 aid quests on our way to fighting boss 3, 4, and 5. 1 can be picked up on a Silt Sea right here. One can be picked up on a desert right there. So for this turn, I think we're basically just running towards boss. Well, we don't really need to fight boss 3. Yeah, we're just going to go after bosses 4 and 5 for the bounty. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go 7 to be reckless, just to make it to the oasis. So we'll lose 2 energy, but we moved, so we'll get 1 back because our survival kit. So we'll just lose 1 energy. And then if we're in an oasis, we're going to gain it all back anyway. So we do have to roll navigate. We automatically fail one of these. I'm going to automatically fail explore. And then I failed survival anyway. Navigate's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Navigate's good. So we are in an oasis, so our food will fill up. So that's fine. And our energy will go up. We don't have any inflictions. If we did, they would go away. Conditions would go away. All that fun stuff. He needs to come back in one of these 3 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a hex, which is a 6. So he is coming back here on 1. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay, good. He's up here. 1 here. So we're just going to get rid of this because he's going to destroy it anyway. Cool. Okay. Yeah, for us, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. That is cautious movement, so we don't need to worry about navigate. Failed explore, good there. We still get 1 because we are still in the waste. Not left the waste. I usually leave the waste much earlier than this. This is a desert spot. We are going to pick up this aid quest with Terry. So we now have this guy. He has 4 health and he heals 8 every turn. So if we get into another fight, we need to make sure we keep him alive, but the heal 8 is nice. So yeah, we will just kind of set that over here on the battle mat for the time being. And then another arc, draw 2. So this is actually, if you complete these 2 quests, you get a bonus for doing these, which we might do because that's a 10 platinum bonus. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll just leave these 3 up, kind of like that. Cool. All right, we got that. We don't get to complete anything yet. We got with that mission. That is basically us just trying to take somebody over here, which we're going to do eventually. We really want to do a Nemsenet quest. Oh, which we will. When we turn the bounty in, we'll do that. So we'll probably go here first because that's going to put us more even. And then we want to do the Terry quest, which I think are these. Yeah. Because I'm not trying to... That guards scenario, that encounter we did, you might run into that at certain cities depending on your reputation level with them. So, cool. That was us. He's going to put out another remnant. This is remnant number 7. Okay. And then, oh, we took a quest here, though, so we do need to do that. And then we're going to go 1, 2... All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do need to roll. That was not cautious. Past our navigate, past our explore, past that. So we're going to lose 1 food for being in the waste. Gain 2 gold. There we go. And we are now going to pick up this aid quest, which is the one where we have to... Our movement is now -1 while we're carrying this, but we just have to take this over to that city and we're good to go. We're doing great. Cool. All right, he is going to leave. And we are going to move cautiously into boss fight 4. Let's grab boss fight 4 placard. Oh, and we have to roll. Sorry. All right, we passed both those, so we did gain some money. And we're fighting the twins. All right, let's get rid of these for the time being. We gain 2 money. We do lose a food. Cool. Okay. twins. All right. Treat the twins as two separate opponents, each rolling an action each round. In addition to the rewards shown above, if you defeat the twins in the waste or during a caravan journey, increase your fame by 1. Fame is something you can get if you do the arena fights, which I generally don't do. But yeah, we are going to attempt to do these guys. They do get a mutation. We treat them as two separate opponents, so I think they get 2 separate mutations. Let's see here. For, what was the first one? Sif. Ooh, a Hex. That's a legendary mutation. Oh boy. Double Hex. This opponent gains the Titanic subtype. See page 54 of the rulebook. Oh boy. I don't think that's happened. Let's see here. 54. These opponents are massive and have more than 1 health stat. They are still considered one opponent. In order to defeat a Titanic opponent, the heroes must reduce all health stats to 0. If the opponent has only 1 health stat and gains this subtype, it gains another health vital equal to its original health. Each hero may choose during the resolution phase which stat their action damages. If an effect requires you to check against a Titanic opponent's health, use its current highest health value. Okay, so the twins basically just became triplets. That's fun. So that is, though, going to get us a power-up card if we defeat it. So plus power up. They are also going to get, they don't get any bonus vitals from that. So, I mean, they do because they basically split and become 2. So we're going to have a 35, a 35, and then those 35s are energy, probably won't matter, but we're going to put them at 40 and 40. All right, now let's roll for the other one. 3, which is a physical. 7, which is irradiated. It is irradiated 3 each time they suffer energy damage from this opponent. Okay, but because our food rating is so big, that actually doesn't matter because it's 3 minus 4, so we won't take any damage. It does, however, get plus 10 to its vitals. So that one becomes a 52, 35. All right, so we basically have 3 people to defeat, which I think we're still going to be okay. We also have to remember we do have 2 extra arms. So we have, basically we can attack for half our attack. So we can attack 6 and 6. In addition to whatever else we do. So let's try to take some of these things out here. We are going to Divine Wrath, one of the 35s. So that is minus 26. And then we're going to use our 2 extra arms for another minus 6, minus 6. So, assuming no blocking or defending or healing happens, this first one is dead. We will then have the sword start on the 52. Okay. Let's see what happens. We effectively have 3 opponents. So hopefully... Oh, and I forgot. What's the other one? Plus 5 gold also as another reward for the second mutation. All right, so we have here. Whenever the twins use the same action during a round, strengthen the damage they deal with all attacks by 2. So hopefully they don't do the same action. Let's see here. How did that read? Do they get attacking 3 times? Is that how that works? I think it is. That's how we're going to play it. All right, so we're going to do the first person. That's a Hex. Okay, group health. Each target suffers 3 piercing damage and rolls a stat test against the ability they are using this round, minus size matters. So I just need not a 10. Cool. If the test fails, it didn't. Cool. So we are taking 4 piercing damage. What kind? Each target suffers 3 piercing damage. Oh, health. Okay. So 4 piercing. So this is down to 12. This is also technically down to 12 because I did use Divine Wrath. All right, that was the first one. Second one, which is the second half of the first twin. Single target health. 1 target suffers 5 health damage, which is actually 6. If the target suffers any of this damage, they gain +3 penalty to their target dice next round. Not a huge deal. There's only 1 target. So we are going to suffer 6 damage. 4 gets blocked. 2 goes through. All right, and the last one, 5. Single target health, energy, and survival. So survival check, hexed it. 1 target suffers 5 piercing health and energy damage. Those who fail suffer double damage from this attack. Okay, so 6 piercing. So we are down to 4 and 6. We survived all the attacks. Because we did damage, we do get +5, +5. So 9, 11, never forget. Okay, that is a dead first half of the first twin. So this one is down. This one is at 39. Cool. Yikes. Okay. Well, we are going to do a bit of hoping for the best, I guess. And there's only 2 of them attacking us. We are going to Divine Wrath again. So this will go down to 9. And we are going to do 26 plus our 2 bonus 6 from our extra arms to this one. 26 minus 12, effectively. Oh, nope, that is not enough to kill that one. And we want to kill that one. I was 1 short. So we will do 26 to this one, minus 6, minus 6. And the sword will do 13 to this one. And the swords is piercing, which is cool. Okay, let's see what this one does. Hex, group health, 4 piercing. Yeah, we did this one before. Okay, 4 piercing health, which will bring us down to 5. The next one, 5. This is the same thing we just had as well. 6 piercing health and energy. So this will go down to 3. Our health will go to -1, but then we're going to heal 5. So we will be at 4. And then we'll get 8 here. Okay. That is a dead other half of the Titanic thing. And then 26 left for the last remaining part of this baddie. Yeah, that Titanic random roll was not great. Okay. Should I defend? No, I don't think it matters. Most of this has been piercing. So we're going to go ahead and do Divine Wrath again. So that is going to be minus 26, but we have a bonus arm and another bonus arm, and then we are going to do 13 from the sword. So again, assuming we survive, this should be it. 4. Unyielding triple target health. Each target suffers 3 health, which is actually 4. Energetic, this attack gains 1 target and all damage gains corrosive. Okay. We barely are going to survive this. So it's 4 health damage 4 times, and it's not healable. However, our magic carpet, because it's 4 different cases of attacks, blocks every single one all 4 times. So yeah, we would be dead if not for the magic carpet. We also did damage, so we will heal 5 health and energy. So again, 9 and 11. Never forget. Silly. Here we go. All right, rewards. We're going to get 10 gold, 1 from there and 1 from the mutation. We're going to get 4 platinum. We are going to get 3 power-ups, 2 from there, 1 from here. We're going to max out on our food. And we're going to get weighted dice, which helps with gambling, which we're not going to do, I don't think. So, dice. And we get 3 attacks. So, of course, we'll give that to our living blade, who will then give it back to us, thanks to our race. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was harder than I anticipated. Okay, 16 platinum, 20 Ravager crystals. 3 power-ups and we're good. Oh, that also was a fight, so we will get 2 more Ravager crystals. So we're at 22. We will do another boss fight on our Forora thing. We will cover this up. And that's part of our bounty, but the bounty we don't actually turn in. Yeah, it must be turned in at a city, state, or caravanserai. It may only be turned in once, so you may turn in one or both of the bounties shown. Gain the rewards twice if you defeated both. So I do want to gain the rewards twice because that would be 6 platinum, which I'm pretty sure is what we're going to be going for here. And that would get us 4 power-ups. It would get us no gold, but also 2 movements to the left, which makes us more. So yeah, we do want to fight boss 5, is what I'm attempting to say there. 3 power-ups. 1, 2, 3. 2 stashes and a purity. We are no longer pure. We have mutations, so we just get the 2 to our navigate. And I'm just going to, with my luck with those dice, I'm just going to roll these now. 1, 2. Yeah, neither one. So we just get what they say. 1 defend and 1 energy. 1 defend. 15 and 12. 15, 12. Cool. Okay. He is going to come back. He's got some options. Let's just roll it. 3. He can't go 3. Hex is straight up. So he's going to go here. 3. So he's right there. Okay, we have our 2 missions that we want. The question now comes, do I just start going to these cities? Which city do I need to go to get the gambling den? Over here. I need to go to Nemsinet to get the... Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I cannot get the boss 5 in 1 turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get there in 2 turns. Do boss 5. I'm trying to figure out if I want to try to do any of these. And I think the answer is no. I think we just want to kill boss 5 and then start going to the cities. We're going to go to Nemsinet first, which will get us the gambling dens. Currently, we can buy 3. Once we kill 1 more boss, we'll have 24 Ravager crystals, which is enough to buy 4, which will effectively be 12 platinum every turn, which I think will get us to our platinum goal pretty good. Okay, so we're just going to move 1, 2, because it's Silt C, 3, 4. We're going to stop in an oasis, hopefully. Let's roll and see if that is the case. It is. We passed everything except explore. So we're going to eat a food. We are here. I will heal myself, and then we will heal all of our energy. So we'll be max on both. 16, 15. We max out our food. And that's us. So he then is going to leave a Ravager crystal. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we are there. We are past everything. So 123. Eat a food. Boss 5. Considering boss 4 was more difficult than I thought, I might have wanted to look at the placard before I did this, but already didn't do that. So let's see what we got here. Okay, we got ourselves the glass golem. Golem, however you want to say it. Golem, golem, I don't know. Okay. Passive. Golem's body generates heat as it's struck. Counterattack 1. Energetic. This damage is strengthened by 1 each time the construct suffers health damage. Okay. After combat ends, if the group carries extraction tools, gain an extra 8 platinum. We sure don't, but yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, let's roll and see what mutation it gets. It is a physical mutation. 5. It is tough, so it's going to gain block 10 each turn and plus 6 vitals, but we will get plus 5 gold. So plus 5 gold. Block 10. And then 71. And 56. Cool. Okay, it is a construct, so we do not have favorite opponent against it, but that's all right, I suppose. All right, rank 8, when not wielded, okay, our Living Blade is actually doing 24 damage. We are going to go ahead and Divine Wrath. So that is going to now hit for 29. Our extra arms are each hitting for 7. And our Living Sword is hitting for 24. That's not bad. Let's see what the Glass Golem does. 3. All right, not that it's going to matter, but this is going to use 6 energy. Single target health damage. One target suffers 6 piercing damage from its glass sharp claws and then suffers 8 corrosive damage from its serrated teeth. Yikes. Okay. Also, it's going to counterattack 1, but that counterattack is going to get blocked by the carpet. The 7 piercing damage is going to go through. It's going to put us at 9. The 8 corrosive damage, which is actually 9 corrosive damage, is going to get blocked 4 by the carpet. So 5 of that will go through. 4. And then we are going to heal, but we cannot heal that 5, which I don't think matters. Yeah, because we're healing 6 now because our armor is up to 12. So 10 and then full. Yikes. That's wow, that's rough. Okay. But how did we do? So it's going to block 10. So let's see here. This 14 basically becomes 4. So 28 and 29 is 57. So it has 14 left. 14 left with a block 10. Which means our Living Blade, if it attacks by itself, will do 24, which is enough to kill it, assuming it doesn't. Heal, defend. Okay, so the Living Blade is going to attack for 24. I am going to Divine Wrath, but also in True Solo, you can pay an extra point of energy to defend. So I am going to pay 3 to Divine Wrath and defend. So now I have a defend 16. Oh yeah, I also have this guy. It was single target, so I guess I probably should have. Yeah, either way, this guy would be alive because I would have just, had it hit him, I would have defended and healed him. Cool. Okay. So that should be, in theory, enough because I am also going to hit it for, what was it, 29, and then 2 extra attacks. So yeah, it's dead. Let's see if I'm dead. 2. Group Explore. Those who fail. That's a 9. That's a fail. Become blinded. Each hero that is dealing damage this round rolls a 10-sided die. 7. Those who roll an even number lose their action. Those who roll an odd number become burned. Okay. That's fine because it's dead. So I'm blinded and I'm burned, but it's still dead. And I think blind and burn both go away. Yep. Yeah, neither of those persist past combat. So we did it. The glass golem has been defeated. We technically healed 2/6, so we are actually full because of the Divine Wrath. 16, 15. We still have our 2 escort quests, so we're going to get 13 gold. I'm going to erase this here quick. Cool. Pick up the card I dropped. Maybe. Nailed it. Okay, 5 platinum. 2 Ravager crystals. +1 to each mastery, so 16, 15. Skyfire crystal. Don't know what that is. No food, and then 3 power-ups. And then we'll cover this. We have now completed the bounty for Nemsinet. 1, 2, 3. Couple stashes and another favorite opponent. Well, let's try these stashes again. Again, rolling 2, looking for a hex. No, 2 2s. So those are just whatever they say. Favorite opponent, you gain a heightened skill against your favorite opponent, +1 die. It is a D4. I get to roll the D4. So we'll put that up here. Plus D4. All right, all abilities. So we're going to do our attack trick. 17, which is a 16, which is a 13, 17, and then this will go up twice because of the things. Okay, hang on that tutor. Try to remember. Cool. All right, he's going to disappear. And then on our turn, we're going to finally use our magic carpet for something besides just the movement and the defend, and we are going to teleport. So hopefully this shows up on the map, on the camera. I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way here, because where we're teleporting is to this caravanserai is that was right next to here. So bloop. We are now out of the waste, and we are going to try to get up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We make it there. We will roll. Actually, I think you're in a city. I don't think you have to worry about the navigate. We passed it anyway. I do technically have to eat. Roll 10. Found some money. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn in this bounty. This bounty is going to, we get everything twice because we killed both bosses. So that is going to get us 2 ticks to the left, which puts us right on the vertical line. It is going to get us 6 platinum, 27. It is going to get us 4 gold. Oh, I also forgot to mark. We did, oops, that's the wrong one. We did defeat another boss. There we go. Let's see what else we get in here. Got that, and 4 power-ups. Oh, and this is another mission. Just the last one we needed. Okay. We can discard this one. Draw another one, but I don't plan on doing it anymore. Bosses 3 and 6, we did not kill any of those. We skipped 3 intentionally. So let's get our 4 power-ups. Okay, 1 navigate, or stash. Yeah, biffed it. We're like 0 for 10 on getting a hex on those. -1 or +1 on food rating. We're going to go -1 at this point. Actually, you know what? We might go +1. Yeah, we're going to go +1. So if we hit a size matters, now we'll go -1. 3. All right, so that was this one. +1 to our navigate. +2 to survival. +1 to attack and defend. We will, of course, give the attack to the living blade, which will then give it back to us, which has worked out. That's a fun combo for true solo. I mean, it's also a fun combo for non-true solo, but it makes true solo easier to do. Okay, so we are now in Nemsenet. We are neutral with them, so they don't love us, they don't hate us, which is good, because there is a chance that you can get mugged. I mean, there's still a chance that you can get mugged. You could also, you buy these things, which is what we want to do. So, and you can increase these stats, which again, we have a decent amount of gold, so we'll probably do that. First and foremost, though, we do want to buy some gambling dens. Yeah, we might have to fight guards. I'm not even going to fight guards. They're no match for us currently. All right, so gambling dens cost 6 gold per hero and 6 Ravager crystals. So we can buy 4 of those. We have 24 Ravager crystals and we have plenty of gold. So we are going to be buying 5 of those. How the gambling dens work. You may place a gambling den token in a location that does not have an event if you've ended the movement phase there. Skip the circumstance phase while in a gambling den. During the event phase, while there, the group heals 5 health. You can place scarabs, which is like the gambling thing. You can purchase items available at the bazaar. Additionally, the group may convert Ravager crystals into platinum at a conversion of 1-to-1. Each gambling den you possess also pays the group 3 platinum at the end of each round, or each game turn. Only up to 5 are available per game. So this is our win condition. This is how we're going to win here. So we are going to buy 4 of those. That's how many we can afford. That is all of our Ravager crystals. Okay. Those are over here. So now the next 4 turns, we're just going to go and drop these, basically, so that they can start earning us some money. And then we can go maybe do some boss fights or something. One of these cities, I think, has, yeah, here's the level 9 boss we could potentially try. Here's the level 8 we could potentially try, just to do some stuff while we're, passively winning. Okay, so that is that. Do we want to also... We could level up these stats if we wanted to, which, I mean, we have the gold and we do still have 2 uses of our genie's lamp. So it's kind of a might as well situation. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So energy, attack, and explore. So for our energy, it's going to cost 27 to max that out. We're going to get +6. So 21, 21. Yeah, and we have bought all 6 that we can buy. So it was 27. I'm just going to mark that, 27. Then we are going to buy attack. So we can buy 2 attack for our living sword. That's going to be 16. But it's also going to give us the attack over here. So it'll go to 20. This will go to 19. But then we're going to spend and we're going to get 6 more for our attack. Let's see, 10, which will be 39 more. Okay. For our explore here, it's 10, 15, 25, 30. Right, 9, that's 15, 15, 30. So this is going to go up by 5. Again, kind of a might as well, because we have access to a lot of gold. Crap, already forgot what I said that was. 30, I think. Do we want to spend any other money here in Nemsenet? I don't think we do. Okay, so how much did we spend here? That's 55, 85, 105, 112. Hey, we have $6 left. Well, we have $6 and a genie who can give us $300 left. Okay. Cool. That's us. So our Ravager, I'm going to move these off camera at this point because I'm not going to be doing it anymore, or at least close to off camera. Our Ravager was here, so he's only got 2 places he can go: odds, evens. We went even, so he's coming here, and he's coming in on 3, which is going to be here. Okay. The next few rounds are going to be less than exciting. So let's go ahead and, Silt Sea, Desert. Yeah, so we're just going to, where's the desert one? Yeah, we're going to move 1, and we're going to drop one of our gambling dens. Right there. So we enter the gambling den, and we can gamble in there if we want to, don't want to. I'm going to kind of real quickly go through these next few rounds because we're just going to be dropping those. So he is then going to hang out. Okay. But at the end of that turn, we currently are getting 3 platinum per turn. So at the end of that turn, we'll get our 3 platinum, which will put us up to 30. Cool. Our next turn, we're going to move here, and we're going to drop another gambling den. Cool. He is going to go away from the map and leave one of these. Neato. We are then going to get 6 platinum at the end of the round. Neato. Okay. We are then going to move here. We're going to drop another one. And you don't roll for circumstance. Technically, I should be doing this. So for the first one, didn't need to roll navigate. So passed both. Second one, passed both. Third one, passed both. So technically we have 6 more money. So we drop that one. We are now getting 9 at the end of the turn. He is going to reappear in one of those 3 locations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. And 1. So it's here and here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Only 9 remnants out. So until he gets to 11, he's still in Act 1, which means he's still just doing his thing down there. We are then going to, at the end of the round, we're going to get 9 more. So we are at 45. And then we're going to place our last gambling den. Bloop, right there. He is going to just hang out for a round. There we go. And we are now getting 12. And for the rest of the game, we are getting 12. So we are at 57. Cool. Okay. He is then going to disappear. Oh, I moved and I need to roll. Hex, 9. Yeah. So technically, again, I have more money. Okay, so now in our turn, we can do more than just place gambling dens. We are actually going to use our magic carpet, and we are going to go to over here. Wait, what does this one want us to do? Travel to Drea to pick them up. That's over here, I think, right? No. Okay, we're going to go to Drea first, which is over here. So our magic carpet lets us teleport here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go to Drea. Which when you're going to a city, I don't think you need to roll navigate. Whoops. Which we passed it anyway. We do have to eat. 1, 2, 3. Okay. While in Drea, let's see what we can do there. besides pick up somebody. We could max out some more stuff. We got health, defense, and navigate. I mean, we'll do health and defense. There's other stuff you can... Oh, here's that Skyfire crystal. Treat your food rating as if it were too higher when you become irradiated. Only one available per hero. Don't plan on getting irradiated anymore. So, while we're in here, we might as well spend some money. We are neutral with them, so it costs normal. We're just going to go ahead and spend some money. We're going to max out our defense and our health. We're going to use the second use of our lamp. So we are down to one use of the lamp, and we're probably not going to use it. We now have 314 gold, which might even be more than you can carry, but we're just going to immediately use it anyway. So our health would be 27 of it, and we're going to max that out. Okay. Our defense, let's see. That's 30 of it. And it gets us 4 more. So now we heal for 10 when we have a successful Divine Wrath. 30. Okay. I think that's all we can really do here. We can do Navigate, but my Navigate's at 9, so that's fine. Our energy is already maxed. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead then. So that costs us 57. Oh boy. Math time. 257, I think. Cool. Okay. That's going to be us. So again, at the end of the round, we are now at 69. Chuckle. Platinum. He is going to come back out. He was here, so... Oh no, he was here and he disappeared. I forgot to put a thing there. So, odds, evens. I think. Odds. No, odds. Or was he here? No. Odds, evens, I rolled a 1, so he's going up there. 1, so he's going here. Yeah. Okay. So 2 more rounds before Act 2 starts. And then we'll go and we'll see what Act 2 does for us. But we're going to win with the platinum rule. Okay. So where to next? Oh yeah, we technically grabbed this. And he wants to be delivered to over here. So we now have 3 aid quests. One is going, or 2 of them are going here, and 1 is coming here. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and teleport here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. Okay, all those are good. So we technically have more money, but we don't need more money. So this is Ferrora, I think. Yeah. So we have some quests to churn in here. Again, though, we pretty much win this, so I don't think I'm even going to draw all the power. You know what? I will. And then maybe we'll go fight boss 9, and then we'll call it. All right, so the Dry and Celebrate, yep. Travel to Drea to pick them up, and then deliver them to Ferrora. So we have this one we are completing. This guy needs to go to Terry. Or, hold on here. I can bring him to Ferrora and betray these guys. Yeah, so actually I can turn all 3 of these in Ferrora. Because we can do some betraying. So we're going to do that, because why not? We're going to pretty much end our game in Ferrora. So technically, we are moving up 2 and to the right 1. So we are now here. We are righteous. We are going to be getting 6 gold that we don't need, 6 power-ups that we really don't need, but you better be sure we're going to take them. And I got to make sure these go back to the correct piles. I can do that later. So we're getting 6 power-ups. However, we are in Ferora, and we've done a bunch of this stuff. So we can actually get, if we spend multiple turns here, we can get 1, 2, 3. We can get 6 more power-ups. But for the time being, we're going to get basically 7 power-ups. This is the part of the game that like gets ridiculous, but also kind of fun. 7. That is for our first turn in Ferora, turning in our knowledge, as well as a whole bunch of missions. Okay, those aren't going back in super well. We'll just do it like that. Cool. Okay, let's see here. You can also upgrade second mastery, first mastery, and all your skills in Ferora. We're just going to go ahead and say this is maxed at 23 then. We have plenty of gold. I'm not worried about it. Let's go ahead and let's see. Another favorite opponent die. This event, it can stack with itself, so I am now rolling on a favorite opponent. I am rolling a d6 and 2 d4s, another food rating, some stashes, so oh boy. So yeah, I'm just going to do the ones that matter. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Okay, so we do get 2 more attack and defense. Okay. At the end of our turn, we get 12 more platinum. So 81. Okay. And he is going to hang out for a turn. Here we go. And again, that's technically not there yet. That's not there until he disappears. That's just how I show that he is, doing his thing. Because if that were there, we would go to Act 2. But, I mean, now seems like a good time, I guess, to see what's going to happen in Act 2. If I can find the book. Because, like, a lot of times I win before Act 2 starts. So, let's see if we can... Here we go. Yep. So, locate the hero's position on the board. The Ravager appears on the same map tile if a node is available, or on a random adjacent map tile if a node is not available. If there are no adjacent map tiles in play, the Ravager appears in a random quadrant instead. Okay. And, oh, I see the spots. Okay. So he's going to be coming to us when Act 2 starts. And you can kind of see on the map, I'm not sure how great it shows up, but here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're safe in the city. And we're safe if we go after boss 9. So yeah, we win in 2 turns, but we'll fight boss 9, and that'll be how we end it here, I think. Cool. All right, so for this turn, I'm just going to spend another turn in Ferora, because we can turn in the second part of knowledge, which gets us 2 power-ups. Oh boy. Favorite opponents. I gain a skill against a new type of foe. I choose whatever boss 9 is. And then we will get a health. Let's roll, though. These are stashes. So we're going to roll for 2 and see if we get a hex. No. Holy crap. Okay. I am so good at rolling a hex. So we'll get 1 health. And then we are now going to have our favorite opponent roll against whatever boss 9 is. The placard's over there. I'll grab it here in a second. Cool. Okay. Okay. And I do get 2 d4s because of the other one I got. 1 health. 23. 23. Okay. We get 12 more, so that is 93 platinum. So yeah, 1 more turn. And we are winners. He is going to disappear. That will trigger Act 2. So when he next pops up, he is going to pop up, if he can, wherever we are, the tile that we are in. And the reason he would not be able to It would be like if we were on one of these waste tiles with a remnant, he wouldn't be able to pop up there, I don't think. So he would actually pop up adjacent. If he can't do that, he pops up on a random quadrant. So because we are over here, he's going to pop up over there at the end of this next turn. But at the end of this next turn, we win. So let's just go ahead and fight boss 9 on epic, because we do have to win on epic. So this could potentially get out of hand. And again, we don't need to do this. We technically win, but I want to end on a fight. So we're going to fight. Okay, this is... Oh, there's Magnus Grimm. Magnus Grimm is a boss. We talked about him earlier. Oh, okay. Boss 9 is not over there. Oh, boss 9 is on the back of this. Magical Nature. Zim the Phoenix. Pretty cool art there. For Zim the Phoenix. If we defeat Zim, we get 20 more platinum. So we could have done this last turn and technically won before Act 2, but yeah. Okay. Let's see here. He's got 3 opponent mutations, +4 damage dealt, and +10 to Outlast. But we don't have an Outlast. So basically he's going to get 3 mutations, and he's doing +4 damage to us. So let's see what kind of mutations he's going to get here. First one is a 3, which is a physical mutation. That is a 6. So I'm actually going to mark these. Bloop. Half the damage this opponent deals is converted to corrosive. Okay, that's terrible because we're really hoping to heal all the damage he does, but that's okay. All right, another physical mutation of 7, irradiated 3. Each time they suffer energy damage, we're irradiated 3. That's okay. Our food rating is still 3. So the irradiated 3 actually won't do anything to us. Another mutation. This is another physical mutation. 3. Powerful. Strengths are increased by... I'm sorry. The strength of his attacks are increased by 1. So instead of +4, he is doing +5 damage. On top of that, we've got 4 and 8. So +12 to vitals. Yeah. Okay. Let me check something about this battle mat. I don't think those are cumulative. Because if so, yeah, he actually gets 3 more mutations. But I don't think that can't possibly be the way that works. Okay. It doesn't say... Really? Okay. 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 No, I don't think so. I think we're good. Cool. Okay. So, what did I say? 8, 4, +12. Let's write this on here. So half damage is corrosive. He is doing +5 damage, and the irradiated doesn't matter. So it does get +12 to the vitals. So that is 102 and 132. All right, let's see what Zim does here. Resurrection cycle. Zim is immune to burning, makes sense. So long as it has energy remaining, it revives at the end of the resolution phase in the round in which it is killed, with health equal to the current resurrection cycle value. Oh, okay. That's over here. Each time it is killed, increase the resurrection cycle by 1, moving downward. It does not revive if it is killed during the 4th cycle. So we basically have to beat this thing 4 times. I think, yeah. He does not gain bonus health for mutations, but wait. Zim does not gain bonus health for mutations, but gains twice the amount of bonus energy instead. Oh, okay. So he does only have 90. But he must use energy for a lot of stuff. Okay. And 144 energy. Cool. It's also got this. Heroes who fail a skill while skill roll while in combat with Zim, gain heat exhaustion. Well, our skills are all high enough that only 10s are bad. So, okay. Let's see what we got here. It is our favorite opponent. So, we get to roll 2d4s and a d6. And if any of them are a hex, they hexplode. You gotta be kidding me. 2 hexes on the d4s now. But when I was trying to get, 14, 16, 20 stash cards, I couldn't buy a hex. Hexes are 4s, I think? Yeah. So that is 10. And I get to roll these again. 16. So E is going to take... okay. Now that's why he gets bonus energy. If he's out of energy, he doesn't revive. So it's 16 damage, but if you choose to do your favorite opponent die damage on energy, it actually doubles. So if I were playing a sapper with a way to get rid of energy, I would do that because we could take his energy down and then we'd only have to kill him once effectively. But I'm not. I don't really have a way to do energy damage besides favorite opponent, so I'm just going to plan on killing him 4 times. So yeah, we're going to do 16 damage here. That is effectively piercing because it's favorite opponent damage. Our living sword is going to do 33 damage. We are going to do 50 damage. Plus, our extra arms are each going to do, these are terrible, but that's a 27. So our extra arms are each going to do 13. Minus 13, minus 13. He's got some corrosive coming, so I am actually going to spend the extra energy to also defend. So I'm going to be down to 18 energy. And let's see here. Yeah, this is definitely enough to kill him. So I think we could probably take Shurax as well. That's just a longer fight, and there's a lot of maintenance. And we've already won. So, okay, let's see. What is Zim doing? Hex, that's probably great. Group piercing, of course. Energy drain and survival. So let's do a survival check. That is a 10. You've got to be kidding me. Each target suffers 8 piercing energy drain, which is actually 13 piercing energy drain. Those who fail must defend next round. Zim opens the portal, so I have to defend next round, which luckily in True Solo, I can defend and still do other stuff. That's not in the spirit of this though, so I probably won't. Okay, so 8 plus 5, that is 13 piercing energy drain. Some of that will be corrosive, half damage. Corrosive is actually only health. So, yeah. So 13 piercing energy. That'll take me down to 5. But then I'm doing damage to him. And my defense is 22. So I will heal 11. Huzzah. Okay. His first iteration is dead. Yeah. Squeakity squeak squeak. Okay. So he is back with 40 health. And we have to kill him again, basically. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to defend. Because I have to. However, my extra arms are each going to hit for 13. And the sword is going to hit for 33. Let's see what he's doing. 5. Any hero who defends or receives healing this round becomes burned. If no targets gain this condition this round, Plane of Fire takes effect immediately. Well, I am defending. So I am burning. Burning means during the declaration you take 3 health damage, is what burning means. So I am now burning. However, we have defeated that stage. He comes back with 20 health. And again, my extra arms and the sword are going to take care of it. I'm just going to defend. Let's see what else this guy throws at us, though. 5. Any hero who defends or receives healing this round becomes burned. Burn does stack. So technically, I am down to 23 or to 20. If no targets gain this condition, yep. So I am now losing 6 health in the declaration phases. However, he comes back with 10 health. I'm going to lose 6. So I'm down to 14. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to defend again. 1. Triple target unyielding non-lethal health. Each target suffers 7 health damage, which is actually 12. For each hero at full health, at the end of the resolution phase, Zim raises 10 energy. Okay. So he is hitting me for 12 health damage 3 separate times. So me defending of 22, I will block all of those. He is dead, and he is down to 5. This should very easily be a win. We are going to lose 6, though. We are going to come down to 8. So let's go ahead and let's Divine Wrath just so that we can do some healing. So that is going to, and we'll defend. We'll spend 3. So 13. We're doing just a metric. We're doing a large amount of damage. And let's see what he does. 5, which is the same thing he's hit us with before. So we are going to be burned again. However, if no heroes gain this condition this round, Plane of Fire takes effect immediately. Fanning Flames now takes effect each round following a resurrection cycle. In addition to Zim's. Okay, what is Fanning Flames? Is that thing again? So yeah, we're good. So he burns us again, even if Flames of Life. Oh no, Plane of Fire. Piercing Energy Drain. Yeah, we're good. And we would technically heal back up 11 of each. So yeah, that wasn't the Ravager. That was Zim the Phoenix. But yeah, the Ravager, let's just quickly go over what the Ravager could do here. I think we would have been fine defeating the Ravager, at least the one half of it. Again, there are really 2 halves to the Ravager. And one of the win conditions is to take out, whoops, those are backwards. There we go. Is to take out either this side or this side. Those are 2 of the 4 winning conditions. The winning condition, because at the end of the round there, we would have gone over 100 platinum. We win. Hoorah. But yeah, the other win conditions here, so 200 health, 150 health, 150 health. We would have to take each one of those out. Now, there are 6 abilities. One of them is the passive. One of them is kind of another passive, really. Well, plus this guy here. So as you take those out, he no longer does those. So had we taken out Cosmic Strength, he no longer does Cosmic Strength. But otherwise, he is doing all of these things every combat. In true solo, that's hard to beat. Because, for instance, this one here, he blocks 40. Now, yeah, we were doing quite a bit of damage. 50 plus 13, 76 plus 33. So what, 110 damage? We were doing 110 damage per round, basically. But, you know, he's blocking 40 of that. So that might have been the first target that you go after. But then he also hits with all this stuff. And at the same time, you're also doing an outlast against him. So true solo, it is very difficult, even with multiple players. Like I said, this is the biggest boss fight out of all the volumes, and the one that really does truly feel like a pretty epic boss fight. If you choose to go that way, you most definitely don't have to. I've won the game all 4 ways. That's one of the ways to get Valor Point is to win the game all 4 ways. I find them all fun. It's, you know, this, like I said, this is my favorite one. The multiple win conditions are nice. I like the different cities. That's pretty cool. The way you get to them normally without the magic carpet with the caravans, that's okay. You've got caravan drivers, and then you have to do caravan events. It's fine. That's probably the one thing I don't really like about this version of the game, which is why whenever I get a chance to get the magic carpet, I get the magic carpet. And this time, the genie got it for us. So, but yeah, that has been Hexplore It, Volume 3, The Sands of Shurax, I think. Boom, The Sands of Shurax. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I really did. Like I said, this one's my favorite. And I have one more to do currently, Volume 4, at some point in the future. I'll try. It's getting harder to true solo. just because I went through all the roles, and there aren't a lot that I think would be great true solo. But I might try to find another one, because doing double-handed is a lot to manage when I did that. Or I can try to see if Tim or Josh wants to join me with that one. And then Volume 5, hopefully by the end of the year, I will have that one, and we'll most certainly be doing a play of that. So, but yeah, that was Volume 3, Sands of Shurax of Hexplore It. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.